Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our very first Forever London online masterclass. It's great to have you all on this morning. I am here in true London style, waving my flag. I've even got the banner from the centre and our London #1 London trophy from last year. So we can all feel very much at home. Welcome. We are very, very excited to have you on this morning. We've already got over 100 people on and you're logging on by the second. So that's fantastic. I'm just going to spend 10 minutes just doing a little introduction. We've got some amazing speakers for you today that I'm going to go through in a minute. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Steph Barnsby and I look after, along with some of our incredible London leaders, our London area. And usually, of course, we would be sporting this kind of training at our London Product Centre. But this time we are doing it online, as we're doing everything online at the moment. And we're really, really excited to bring you a fantastic morning of what I hope will be great training. Well, I know will be great training, and what I hope will be a massive inspiration for you and motivation to go on and smash your business for the rest of the year and on into next year. So super, super excited. So for those of you that don't know my background, I'm sure lots of you have heard me at the London Centre, but I also know that there'll be a lot of brand new people on who've never even had the opportunity to come to our London Centre yet. So as I mentioned, my name is Steph Barnsby. I'm a senior manager in the business, as well as looking after the London area. I have my own Forever business, as we all do. And I've been with Forever for 7.5 years. My background before getting started in the business was 15 years in the corporate world in recruitment. And I came to look at the business opportunity when I was 9 months pregnant with my little boy. I was about to go on maternity leave and I really didn't want to go back to the rat race. I wanted to have more time and freedom and flexibility to be a stay-at-home mum, but I still wanted a good income and I still wanted to have something for myself. Otherwise, I would have gone mad. So a friend of mine introduced me to the business. I got started when I was 9 months pregnant. I built it up very much in the nooks and crannies of time around my little boy. And I did go back to my job for a little while after maternity leave. So I was building it around that as well. But within less than a year of getting started, I'd completely replaced my old full-time income and I was able to leave my job, and that's where I've been ever since. So I've been working this business part-time and flexibly around my little boy from home for the last 6.5 years, and this is the only thing I do, obviously, apart from my role with Forever in London. So that's my background. I've never looked back. This business is incredible. If you're brand new in the business or if you're just restarting in the business, all of those things you hear about on our wonderful business presentation are completely accessible and attainable for every single one of you. I had no idea whether I would achieve all of those things when I got started in the business, but the business has absolutely delivered, and I've been grateful enough to be able to put the work in to achieve everything Forever has to offer, and it's been an absolute blast. So that's enough about me, because today is all about you and our wonderful speakers. Welcome to all of you, and especially welcome to our brand new business owners who are logging on maybe to your first training. Perhaps it's the first time you've logged on to a training at all. If so, then enjoy the ride. Perhaps you're re-engaging after having some time out, or perhaps you've been in the business a long time, and it's really nice to connect with you all as a London area, and to come together, even if it is just virtually. So I'd also like to thank all of you as a London team for staying so engaged with us over the last few months online, in the London Facebook group, in the WhatsApp groups, and in the Facebook Messenger groups. It's been so good to have such brilliant engagement and support. I think it's testament to what a brilliant team you guys all are, and what a fantastic group of leaders we've got in London, that we've stayed together, and we've still got that London vibe and that London buzz, and long may it continue. And I hope after today, you'll be feeling it even more. So I just want to give you a few little facts and figures about London and how we're doing at the moment, because I think it's important for us to know that you guys are doing really, really well. And I want to thank you all for that. And I'm sure that you're all seeing the rewards for that in your own businesses as well. So in September, so in the last full month in business, in London, in Area 250, or the London region as it is now, I should say, we recruited over 200 assistant supervisors. So that's absolutely incredible. So keep doing it. Keep sharing the business, people. Keep sharing the opportunity. And as we're coming into that last quarter of the year, there are even more opportunities to share with people in this current environment, that we have something incredible, that we can work from home, work flexibly around our other commitments. And, you know, you guys are obviously doing that. We had the highest recruitment of all the regions in September, as I say, with over 200 new assistant supervisors joining with a box. And in terms of case credits as a region, we are definitely massively up on last year, which is great. In the last few months, from June onwards, we've been somewhere between 3,000 and 3,600 case credits as a region, which is absolutely brilliant. And let's keep that going in the right direction. Let's see if we can move that up even further for the last quarter of the year. And also, in terms of recruiting, we have been the #1 recruiters region by region since the last few months, since June as well. So as I say, let's keep that moving in terms of the number of assistant supervisors that we've recruited as a region. So let's keep that moving in the right direction. Hopefully today will give you lots of ideas and tips as to how you can continue to expand and grow your business for the last quarter of the year. So I just want to summarize what we're going to have for you today. You've probably all seen the running order, the agenda. It's very, very exciting. I am so grateful to have such brilliant partners in this business, crossline, upline, downline. And we're really lucky that people have given up their time for us today to come and share with you guys some of their golden nuggets. So we will be opening the day with the lovely Susie Mack, who I'll be introducing shortly, and she'll be talking to you all about how she's built her business up from a standing start in June to supervisor through the use of our C9 and weight management products. After that, we're going to give you a little taste of Christmas from the wonderful Stacey McIntosh. She's a great friend of mine. She's a massive London contributor. She's a super retailer. So she's going to share with you some top tips on maximizing these next 3 months in terms of the Christmas market. So really to help you get some fantastic retail going through your business. After that, we're going to be hearing from my wonderful friend and partner in crime in the business, Kyle Burrows, on how to build your business on social media online during these current times. We're then going to hear from Senior Manager Claire Cotton about how she's recently built her business, her open business with 50 Club, and the importance of the 50 Club to move your business forward to the incentives. Then we have a wonderful, wonderful Beth Turner, who is in our sort of partnering region in the south. She's a wonderful contributor to the whole of Forever, but also very much so to London. We've worked hand in hand on a few incentives over the last couple of years, and she's just a wonderful speaker. So she's going to be sharing with us her recent journey to Soaring Manager and some of her amazing top tips and takeaways that she's learned along the way. And finally, our final speaker of the day is Soaring Manager Andy Waring, who is a very good friend of mine, a great mentor. He's been in the business for over 25 years. So we've got an action-packed day for you today, and we're really, really excited. We have got a few prizes to give away as well. So as we do with some of the company trainings, we want to get you guys posting on Instagram and Facebook. So I will be checking out the hashtag and giving out some prizes. So the hashtag that we want you to share, so take a picture of you watching the training, or take a picture of you next to your computer and upload it onto Instagram. And if you could hashtag Forever London Masterclass, and I'll be keeping an eye on those throughout the course of the morning, and we'll be giving away some aloe biocellulose face masks. And if you stay on right to the end, which I'm sure you're going to want to get all of the value out of today, then we'll be giving away face masks and serums as well. So stay on, it'll be worth it anyway, but you might get an extra prize. So that's it, that's from me this morning. So let's get kicked off because it's 10 past 10. I'd like to ask our very first speaker, Susie, to come on and introduce herself, and then we'll kick off the day. Are you there, Susie?
Hiya, yeah, I'm here. Morning.
Brilliant. I'll leave it with you,
Thank
Susie.
you for having me on.
Off you go.
Good morning, everyone. So I'm Susie, and obviously I've only been with the business for a very short time. Previously, I was a teacher and then a manager in a college, and I wanted a change, but at the time I didn't know what. And then COVID came along. Previously, a friend of mine, Tracy, had mentioned about Forever, and I'd been like, no, not interested, not my thing, I don't sell, and didn't really think it was for me. But when we hit the COVID situation, my health and fitness and weight was unmanageable. And Tracy literally spoke to me about C9, and I ummed and ahed. And then one day she just turned up on my doorstep with the box and said, give it a go, which I did. And it's been life-changing for me. C9 changed my life. It's been amazing. I did the C9 and decided that I loved the product so much that I would join the business, which I then did back in June. And I tracked my journey using Forever products, and I would put the odd post on Facebook about my weight loss, didn't mention what I was doing, and gradually friends started noticing I was healthier, I'd lost weight, I was happier. They said I actually glowed compared to my usual tired, exhausted look. So I started telling them what I was doing. I was doing C9. And that it was 2 weeks, well, 9 days, and at the end of that, you just feel different and you're ready for a change. And I shared that with my friends, who then also tried C9 for many different reasons, some for health reasons, some to help get fitter, some because they wanted to lose weight, some because they just wanted to see what made me feel and change so much. In the time I've been taking Forever products, and using them, I gradually found that there was a lot of people out there that needed a kickstart for losing weight. And because in such a short time, with the kickstart from the C9, I'd gone down 5 dress sizes in just over 4 months. I decided to share this with other people. So what I did was I belonged to a sewing group on Facebook. So I posted a before and after picture of me in some clothes and asked advice on how to change and alter those clothes. And what I got was a lot of messages asking me what I'd done to lose the weight. So I started up another group, still not business related, on Facebook, and just added all these people that were asking me, saying that I was doing this free Facebook group just for us to chat and share ideas and recipes to help people get fitter and healthier. This ended up with people asking me more about what I was doing and enabled me in a very short time, in 2 months, to sell 9 C9s, just off the back of that, really, which then helped get me to supervisor. Now, I'm finding that people generally love the C9. Once they try it, they're hooked. If they don't keep everything in Forever, they tend to keep the gel or the shake. And because I keep losing weight, because I keep getting healthier, it's empowering them to want to do the same and to join in. So what I think one of the things that I've found with it is that for me, it's been life-changing. And it comes across when I talk to my friends about it and when I talk to other people. I get so over the top enthusiastic, I actually have to calm myself down because people don't believe the change. So I share my photos to people. I share my weight chart to people so they can see the loss. I show pictures of me before and after each month of different clothes I'm in. And gradually more and more people are interested in knowing what I'm doing. And then I just chat to them about it and tell them what I'm doing. And eventually, even though some of them it takes a little time, a few weeks down the line or a few months down the line, I've found people are saying, actually, I want to try it. So that's how I've sold C9 and used it to build my business. It helped me get to supervisor in 2 months, and I've absolutely loved it. There is not a product I've tried for forever that I haven't loved. Now, what I really have found for me is that I'm a different person. I've now stopped my full-time job because I believe forever is my future and that I can make it work for me. Well, I already know it's working because I've been able to give up my job. Now, the other things I've found is that I've started to use those same tools that I used, the same strategies that I used to promote the C9, showing people the changes in me, to sort of like promote other products that we sell. So the gel, for instance, I'm finding my nails are growing, and I'm going to people, my nails are growing really well, they're much stronger. I don't know what it is. I think it could be the aloe gel I drink. And again, people are like, oh, what's that? And gradually I'm finding people are going, oh, I'll try that. So it's really about using the products yourself and showing people the changes they make to you is how I've sold stuff. And specifically for me, the C9. I advise all of you to try the C9 if you haven't done so already, because it's not just about weight loss, it just makes you feel amazing. I've never felt so much energy. I've never slept so well. I know that's only the changes to me, but everyone I speak to says the same, that they feel so good when they use the C9. They feel absolutely empowered, ready to take on new things, ready to change themselves in whatever way they want to. And as I say, for me, it's been weight. It totally kick-started my weight loss. I've not once put on weight since I did the C9. Every single week, even when I've gone away and had the odd glass of wine and so on, I've still lost weight. It's encouraged me to get fitter, and I've shared that with others. We now have a little exercise group where we chat to each other about our exercise every day, which again is helping people get fitter. And as they're getting fitter, they're gradually getting more interested in other products that I've got. So I'm not really pushing the products. What I more do is push the changes that I'm going through and getting other people to join me in wanting to make those changes. So we share nice healthy recipes, and then people say to me, oh, what do you do for breakfast? And I go, oh, I have my ultra shake, and I get my packet of shake and show them. I go, I have this for breakfast and I add fruit to it because it's so simple, it's so easy, it's cost effective, and it's nutritionally balanced. And then I follow it with my gel, which has 75 different minerals and vitamins and makes me feel amazing. I don't have to worry about what vitamins I'm getting throughout the day because I've had them. And I found this has worked for me. Just literally telling people what I'm doing, not actually so much trying to sell it as promote that I'm using it. And that's causing me to get sales. I think this could work for anyone because, as I say, I'm not a salesperson. I'm no good at selling in my mind because I always worry about people's money, whether they can afford this or afford that. But what I found for me was that the money it cost me was so worth how I felt, and I believe in the product so much that for me, I didn't feel like I was pushing people to spend money. I felt like I was helping them get a better life and make positive changes. And that's what I've worked on, the positivity, the fact that You can feel amazing using these products. The fact that you will have more energy and therefore cope with other things in your life. Those are the sort of things I've promoted, how I feel, and just said, these are the changes it's made for me. This is the difference it makes for me. And I've sort of pushed on with that with people rather than telling them it will do it for them. I've just said me. And it's worked. It's selling the products. I'm planning to make it to assistant manager. I've had a bit of a slow month this month purely because I had other things I needed to get on with. But my plan is October, November, those are my months. I'm going to make it to assistant manager. I'm going to get there because I'm determined that these products need to be in people's lives because they make you feel great. They are amazing. So I keep telling people about the C9 because that, for me, that was my game changer. That was the one product that made me feel I could do this. And I would never have believed it if I hadn't tried it. So I say to people about the money back guarantee, and I go, what have you got to lose? You try it, it doesn't work, you've got a 60-day money back guarantee. So why not try it? It could make the same differences to you that it's made to me. And as I say, so far, everybody who has tried it has said thank you and loves the products, believes in the products, and at the very least, they're taking the gel regularly. Some of them are also taking the shakes regularly. I'm now starting to promote the shampoo and conditioner because that is also amazing. But that's, I suppose that's just what I'm trying to say, is you don't have to be fantastic at selling. All you have to do really is use the products and say the changes it's making to you. And people listen, because people want those changes. They might not bite that week, that month. It might be a couple of months. It could be, as with me with Tracy, 6 months down the line before I agreed to try it. But they will, if they want to change their life, and you keep saying the differences it makes to you. Don't bombard people, because what I do is I weigh myself every month, and that's when I put up the photos and say about my weight loss. Halfway through the month, I will say about how energetic I feel, how much healthier I am. I don't stick something on there every day saying, oh, wow, look at me. I just do it occasionally. And occasionally you see me walking around with the bottle, or you'll see it on the side somewhere, or you'll see me with my shake. And again, people say, oh, what's that? And I just say, oh, it's this. You know, I'm using Forever Ultra Shake. And it's part of what's helped me get fitter, healthier, and be happier, because it contains so many good things. And that's basically how I've got on with selling my products. So I think this can be transferred to any product we sell in Forever. If you use it and note the differences, you might have to give it a month for the differences to show. But if you use it, you note the differences, you make a little blog occasionally, a little video occasionally, just saying how well you're feeling. The odd photo of you doing something nice out there. Like I did one not long ago of me going for a long walk. And I was like, I couldn't do this a little while ago, but now I feel so much healthier and fitter through losing weight and getting my health under control, that I'm now out there walking, enjoying myself in the sun, look at the lovely places I've been, taking photos. And people ask, oh, you're looking well. What are you doing? Where are you? And again, I get back to them. So you could do this with any of our products, whatever. If you're in for more the whole cleanse side of C9, if you're in for more the sport and fitness products, the face beauty products, it doesn't matter. Any of those can be sold by you using and saying the changes it makes to you without bombarding people, and gradually people get interested. That's what's worked for me anyway, and I like to think it worked for others. got any questions, obviously, please put them in the comments in the comments section, and we'll get back to you with those. So, oh, look, there's the lovely lady back again. Hello, Steph.
Thank you so much, Susie. That was wonderful. And I just want to say, I know we interviewed you on the London page a couple of months ago, but I just want to say congratulations again for such a brilliant journey, you know, joining and getting to supervisor in less than 2 months from a standing start is just
it's
incredible.
58 days, I think.
58 days. So thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. We may be that we can come and do some Q&A on the London page at another time. If anyone has any questions, I'll keep a note of them all. We're on quite a tight schedule today, so we might not have time for lots of questions, but thank you so much for your time. Thank you for sharing your wonderful journey, and we look forward to catching up with you soon. Thanks, Susie.
Okay, bye.
Bye. So wasn't that wonderful? Key takeaways from that, I can say, is, you know, obviously that Susie is testament to exactly what Aidan was talking about on the last London recognition event, which is, you know, the first thing we need to do is use the product, use and love the products, and if we do that and we're sharing and blogging and also building a community, I think that's a really key thing that Susie shared with us. So all she's done is she's used the product that has worked really well for her. She has shared that with her community, with her friends. She has blogged it, but not too much. She's just shared her journey, coming from a place of, you know, integrity and being very, very genuine that the products are really working for her, using her story and her lifestyle as opposed to a hard sell, which we know doesn't work. And she's blogged it, and most importantly, she's now building a community around that. So I know she has a great Facebook group. She's had people joining her team off the back of this. And as that community continues to grow and people continue to see Susie's journey, I'm sure she's going to be attracting a lot more people into her team. And we have no doubt, Susie, you've put it out there to London now that you're going to be assistant manager in the next couple of months. These are, of course, the best retail months of the year coming up. So I have absolutely no doubt that you will go on to achieve that. And we'll be looking out for your journey. And it's been great to be watching your journey with you since you went on supervisor training and to where you are now. So we really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And we know it's quite a personal journey for you as well. So we really appreciate that. So competition time. I'm going to give away my first aloe cellulose face mask, and so that is going to go to Sona Setti. Congratulations, thanks for posting. You were the first person to post with hashtag Forever London Masterclass on Instagram, so I thought, right, she's going to get that. She was the first one in. So keep hashtagging, guys. Hashtag Forever London Masterclass on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll be keeping an eye on that and giving out some more prizes as we go through. So moving on to our next speaker, I'm really, really excited that Stacey is going to be joining us. She's not only a great friend of mine that I've known since quite early on in her journey as well, actually, but she's now a manager. She got to manager in lockdown, which is great. So she'll share her story with you in a minute. She's also an integral part of the London team. She's always at the London Centre, always bringing guests to the business presentations. And she's a really good friend, and she's great fun as well. So I will not steal her thunder any longer. I will let her share her story with you, but she is going to give you some brilliant, brilliant value all around retailing for Christmas. So have your notebooks and pens at the ready, guys, because this is the stuff that's going to really help you move up the marketing plan in terms of your retailing over the next couple of months. Welcome, Stacey.
Good morning. Oh, I do get a little bit nervous when you big me up so much, Steph. It's really, really great to be on this morning. I am so nervous. two reasons. Why? Because I feel this is huge. This is like my debut as manager on one of these big events. But it's also, I've got my niece in the other room. I've bribed her with some treats, and I'm hoping she doesn't come in to disturb us today. So I'm going to try and whiz through my slot for you today and hope that you get something out of it. Obviously, I'm going to share a little bit about me and my story. My background is in social work and education. I had a busy, hectic work-life balance, what should I say. I actually was introduced to the business through the products first and foremost, as most of us are. My lovely friend Amy actually asked me along to one of her launch evenings. I remember rolling my eyes and thinking, oh my gosh, what is she doing now? But I went along as a supportive friend, I think, because I felt like I couldn't get out of it. And I remember flicking through, picked out a toothpaste and an aloe lips and a deodorant. They were the cheapest things in there, and thought, hopefully she won't speak to me again or ask me to buy anything again. But I'll be a support today. That was about 3.5 years ago, and I've never used a different deodorant, a different aloe lips, or a different toothpaste since. That's literally, I feel like, what started my business. I took some time out of my career and kind of went and took a break. I went to Australia and took some time out for me, and was kind of, whilst I was out there, was still ordering my toothpaste. So gave Amy, I think, our first global business. And I remember coming back and just kind of thinking I need to do something different. My sister had my beautiful niece while I was out in Australia. She was living in London, I was living in the Midlands, and I wanted to be closer to her. So Amy said to me, why don't you come and take a look at what I do? I said, absolutely not. It's definitely not for me. I think, like most people say, this is not for me. I'm not selling. I'm not going to do it. I'll just get you the customers, I remember saying. But anyway, I went along again as a supportive friend, and I'm glad that I did. I took a look at the business and I literally was blown away by actually what's in the background of it. So if you've got customers that don't have a clue about the business opportunity, I promise you need to get it in front of them, because I can tell you I was absolutely a no-no. Anyway, I went for it. Do you know what I thought? What have I got to lose? I always say to people, the worst case scenario is I'll make my money back and then I'll just get the products for a discounted rate, which I love. So I went for it, and I kind of got to supervisor quite quickly. And then, as you do sometimes, I was kind of working this balanced alongside my full-time job, but I went for it, and then I decided to leave my full-time job and took this opportunity, moved to London, and I started working this business full-time around my niece, which has been something you cannot put a price on. I have absolutely loved it. I've spent 2 years with her, working this flexibly around her, and absolutely loving it. I decided to when she was then going to go back to nursery, I decided to go back into work. So I do love what I do. I work in a primary school now. I'm a safeguarding lead there, so I've still got my career, what I love doing, social work, and I work this flexibly around that. I worked it around a part-time job, working it around my niece, and then I was doing this too. So talking about being busy, you're looking at one of the most busiest people, but I still work flexibly around her. I went for it during lockdown because obviously I've been kind of plodding along and just doing what I need to do, and then I thought, let me take this opportunity. I had manager on my goal board for a significant amount of time, and I always said I was getting it, and I made it happen. I went for it during lockdown. Like I said, I utilised the fact that this business is incredible, that we can use it. We've been able to do this, we've been able to take everything online. And yeah, I did it across the 4 months. I became manager in June, and it was literally like, it's like, yeah, one of the best moments ever. Huge part of my business has been retail. So I'm really pleased that Steph has asked me to do this. Like sometimes we can all have a bit of, you sure you want me to speak? But you know what? I do love getting the products out there, and that's because, as Susie talks about, I'm passionate about them. I'm not telling anyone something I don't believe in myself, and that is something that I believe has helped me to have the success in this business, because when people know me, they know she isn't going to say it unless she truly means it. So I'm really pleased to share with you. I'm going to share my screen now, and hope we don't have any technical difficulties. And I'm going to talk to you about Christmas retail. Ho, 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 hello. So I can't actually believe that we're already talking Christmas, and I'm still not quite ready to accept it. But hey ho, here we are. So we're going to have to get in the spirit of things, aren't we? So let me take you through just a few things about Christmas and why it's important, I think, for you to really make use of it at this time. Lots of people think, oh, it's Christmas, let's put the business down maybe, and we'll start again in the new year. Don't do that. This is an amazing opportunity. So just for some facts, I'm going to just let that up there. A family with 2 children. This is just some key facts. A family with 2 children will spend around £470 just on Christmas presents. It's crazy what is spent during this time. 53% of people will do their Christmas shopping in October and November, which is why you have to be ready now. Average spend on Black Friday. Black Friday is the 30th of November, I believe. And it's crazy. I actually did a slot. I'm not going to go into the whole Black Friday, but I did a slot on Black Friday in our team training for around Christmas. And it was crazy the amount that was spent, and the research that I did around how much is spent during Black Friday and the quickness and what people want to get in around November is insane. So utilise and get things out there now. £25 million will be spent online. So again, how amazing that we have both. We basically have a shop that's ready for people to, well, it's hard now, obviously, of course, with everything that's going on, but we are a bit freer. People are able to come and access it from you in person, but obviously we've got everything online as well, which we are so lucky to have access to. So over £1.8 billion is spent on the health and wellness sector in Christmas, during Christmas time. So if you're not open for business, if you're not showing people that they have an opportunity to spend with you, then that money will be spent, but it will be spent elsewhere. So, as I just said, you have a retail business, open your shop. It is your job to show people that your Christmas shop is open this year. If you haven't had it open before, tell people, open for business. Do your customers know that you have some amazing Christmas gifts? If you don't, and you think, well, they don't, because I don't, I'm going to share some with you. So hold that thought. There's lots of profit for you to be made in the next few months. So obviously, if you want that and you want to take advantage of this opportunity, then you need a plan. It's 11 weeks until Christmas, which is a little bit insane, isn't it? Again, because I personally still feel like I'm in the summer, and apart from the weather. But let's look at these case credits and what that brings to you in profit. One case credit we know is £84 in profit to an assistant supervisor. Even if you make a plan now and you then have 10 weeks until Christmas, that's over £800 in profit that you could be making between now and Christmas. So I know that obviously you're not going to get to Christmas Day and then be like, oh, I've now got £800, now I can spend it. Obviously, we can maybe, if you've got a credit card, go and put it on there. I know that one thing that Amy always talked about is that she used to have to get an Argos card for Christmas and put the presents on there, and then she would have to think about paying off in January and February. How amazing if you can know categorically that your Christmas is paid for without having to do that. You have an opportunity that is going to enable you to be able to do that. So what's your goal? What does it look like? What does your Christmas look like for you this year? Do you have big plans? Is there a plan to go away for Christmas? I still have on my goal board to be in Jamaica for one Christmas. I don't know about any of you guys. I think it'd be quite nice to be somewhere sunny and hot. But let me give you some ideas. So obviously, we don't have as much access to Christmas stores now, but I think that there are some. So it's not writing it off. I kind of was umming and ahhing whether to put this in. These are some amazing, the pictures that I'm sharing with you are some amazing pictures from my team, from the team, the Sapphire Network. I can't take credit for all of this. So they've got some incredible ladies that have come up with some amazing ideas for their Christmas stalls. So we know that stalls are great, and I think that I have seen somewhere, you know, obviously they're still trying to make it happen. They're obviously making sure that they're keeping the guidelines, keeping you at a distance and all of that. Maybe just 6 of you in a room, even then that's still fine, hey, and people can come in and go out. So that's an opportunity, but you can show people that you've got lots of gift ideas. So there's some there. You can get some teacher stocking fillers. These are great little ideas. If you go onto eBay or Amazon, you can get loads of little Christmassy bits, so you can put things together. You can see there little buckets, Santa and reindeer. I know that our good friend and colleague Beth got some. Actually, I think it was like B&M and bought some little baby socks that were Christmas themed, and they were great. They were perfect size to fit in one of the like the moisturizers or the aloe jellies and things like that. So you've got Christmas stocking fillers that you can get out there. So yeah, lots of teacher gifts. So offering as well people the opportunity. Do you need a teacher gift? Do you like, there's lots of parents I'm sure that think, oh, I've got to get a gift and I can't really be bothered. There's some people that don't want to go out to the shops because there's still some people that are obviously quite anxious about Christmas, Christmas. Both begin with C, hey, about the COVID-19. And so actually you can be able to offer them. I can drop it to your door, you can give it to your child, they can take it into school. Give them that opportunity, and add little bits in and show them what can be done. And if you, obviously, I'm hoping I'm not going too fast, snap some pictures if you need to. There's gift set ideas. I know these bags were what Amy picked up, and I think from a home bargain shop. So there's loads of things everywhere. I always think when I'm about Christmas, I just go to all of those, my favourite shops where you can go and have a little mooch round and see what they've got on offer. And there's like loads of bits and bobs that you can pull together and bring together and allow people to see. And obviously you can showcase them on your customer pages as well if you've got them. Or showcase, like you can do one and say, dropping this to somebody early, you know, let people see that you've got that opportunity there for them to shop with you. Christmas hampers, I think, are always amazing as well. Put a hamper together of things that you know that your mum would like, and add your bits in. Ask people if they would like you to put a hamper together. Tell them that they can give you a price, what they want to spend, and then you can put it together. There's loads of different ideas. So again, you can see just some ideas of putting things together. A scarf with a drinking jar and some serum. Obviously these are a little bit old in the pictures, but you get the point. There's a you can see there in the top left, a guy, a man's hamper, a little bow tie, some headphones, some aloe shave. I wish we had the aloe shave still, actually. This is definitely a little bit old, but you get the drift. Put some things together, allow people to have access to the products whilst enjoying some of the bits that you know they'll like as well. Because I know we all get a little bit nervous about just buying from our shop, don't we? It's natural. We all think, oh, people are going to think, oh, you're just giving me things that you've got. It's not. People actually will appreciate it. You still have to spend your money, even if you're getting it for discounted rate. But obviously what you're saying is actually it's an amazing, incredible, superior product. And I think you should have it for Christmas because it's a great present. So who do you buy for? If it helps you, here's a little challenge. Go and write a list of who you buy for. What package, including Forever products, could you gift them? So you can write down what you want to spend. You can think about what it is that you want to get for them, what the things that they like, and make it personalized to them. So your own shopping counts. Own shopping counts towards you. You know that. And again, how lucky are we that our own shopping counts towards our case credits? Be prepared. Earlier, the better. There's some amazing customer ideas as well. These are some that I've stole again from our amazing team in the Sapphire Network, and a reindeer race, Santa run. People can spend £2 for a ticket, or £2 to go, a little bit like a fair. Obviously, because again, we're taking everything online. People are a lot more willing to kind of join in these things, aren't they? Win, and then obviously the money that's put in, they can win some aloe spends. You've got some, you've got raffles that you could put out there again, and then you can vote and let people vote on your page. Whoever's getting involved, would they like it to go towards a hamper, or would they like half of the money to go towards a charity? Or you can do both. Maybe they get some aloe products, and then some goes towards charity, and then some people are more likely to kind of put in as well, aren't they, when you know that it's going to go to a good cause. Advent calendar, numbers 1 to 24. I let people again kind of get involved by a raffle ticket. It goes towards a spend, or behind each door there is a little prize to be won. It can always be an aloe lips, something small, and obviously that's paid for within what is given to you. Christmas bingo, I'm sure it speaks for itself. Numbered baubles on the tree. We've put in their brackets, so we're using, I know that the team went live and actually had an Alexa in the background and said, Alexa, choose a number. So it was really good for people to see that it's fair. And then a Christmas lucky dip. There is an absolute time as well for you to be utilising experience packs. Here's an idea for an experience pack for her, getting the products out there to people, letting them see. And then actually what you could do, sorry, I can hear my niece shouting me. I'm going to try and ignore her. You can, so obviously get an experience pack out there for the ladies, and then it might be that as well, if it's new to them, they're going to buy some things, but they'll think, and you can put in some ideas saying, Christmas this, have you got anybody you think would like these products? So then they might give you a referral to, okay. It might be that you can, listen, sorry about that. It might be that you can get the, that they will do give you a referral for somebody who might want to try the products as well. Or it might be that they then buy for their friends and family. And then you've got an experience pack for him. So you've got the MPD, Gentleman's Prize, heat lotion, things like that. Get the experience packs out there. And also what you could put in for the experience pack for the men is obviously a brochure, and actually why don't you give them an idea for the wifeys? Because what they will probably say is, I have no idea what to get her. If you have a customer, a lady customer, and you have access to the husband as well, get in touch with him and say, I know what she likes. Would you like me to give you a couple of ideas? I know my best friend's husband did that with me. He was like, Stacey, put something together, here's my total. And I was able to put her a nice little hamper together because I knew what she liked out of the range. So that you can put the wish list in, put a wish list in for the ladies, for the men, and then pass it to their other half. Or it might be that you've got a wish list, and then you can obviously, as well then what it is that they are looking for. So if you are doing a cheeky little discount as well, you could say, hey, I know you said on your wish list that you would like one of these things. I've got it on for a bit of a discounted rate at the moment. Maybe you'd like to take a look. So these are really great to have out there as well. Then there's the 12 days of Christmas. I love doing this. I put this on my story each year. And so literally, because people know I don't have things coming all along my on my social media. I don't spam my social media with my products, but I do utilize my stories from time to time, and I love it. And because people are waiting for the next one, so it's it's a bit of a fun on the first day of Christmas. My true love gave to me some tooth gel for my teethies. Obviously, I can't help but sing it. So, so getting those out there as well. So get the pictures together, put them on. There's a little offer each day. And then again, this is borrowed, gifted by Steph Mercer. She created an amazing Christmas shopping event. She put it out there to all of the local businesses. She actually arranged it herself. I think we always look for events, but actually what we fail to recognise for ourselves is that we can create them too. Create a Christmas shopping event. Again, it might not be that we can get together in person, but why not do it like this over Zoom? I'm doing a Christmas shopping event. Is there any local businesses that want to come on? And then everyone has a 10-minute slot maybe to share what they're doing. People get to come on and watch, and then they can put out their orders to you. We can literally be creative. And obviously I have to finish on one, my favourite product as well. Susie talked passionately about it, and I would have done just the same. This is actually one of the products, the next product I bought after my tooth gel, and this is what really, really blew up my business in the beginning, because I absolutely love the C9. I love that because I'm so against fad diets, and so when people saw me doing this, they were like, the fact that you're doing it says that it's all right, because I won't do anything that I don't believe in. So for who wants to cleanse for Christmas or who wants to cleanse in the new year, you've got absolutely both opportunities to utilise right now to get the C9 out there, recommend it, show people that I'm going to cleanse before because I know I'm going to eat a ton over Christmas. And then I'm also like to say, I'm cleansing after because I've eaten a ton over Christmas. So utilise it. This is what the Christmas period is for. So that is me done. I'm sorry about the little. I'm going to stop share now. Hopefully Steph is there to come back on and take over.
Hi,
Sorry.
Stacey, thank you. Do you know what? That was absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much value. And don't worry about your little niece coming in. It makes
Managed.
I cannot tell you the amount of times that George is running on Zooms and trainings that I've been doing, and you panic, don't you? But no one minds. So
I know.
that was brilliant. Thank you so much for
No
sharing
worries.
your story and all of that value. And I think people are going to have so many ideas now to go away and put into their plans for Christmas. So thanks, Stace. Thanks for coming.
You're welcome.
We'll see you soon. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. So that was wonderful, wasn't it, everybody? I was scribbling lots of notes. I hope you were too. Gosh, there's 250 plus people online now, so that's fantastic. Don't forget to remind your team members that we are on if they're not on just yet, and keep taking part in our competition. So Stacey McIntosh, absolutely brilliant slot, so many Christmas ideas. Some of the takeaways that I got from that, apart from all the practical ideas that we can go away and implement, is that, you know, the Christmas spend per household is absolutely insane. And Stacey made an extremely good point there, in that if people are going to be spending that money anyway, and if we're not making them aware that they can spend it with us, they'll be spending it elsewhere. So we need to be getting it out there to everybody that, you know, we've got giftable products, wonderful products, especially some of our incredible skincare ranges that have come out in the last couple of years. You know, the masks that we're giving away today and the serum make wonderful gifts. So we've got wonderful products. We need to be sharing that so that people are putting their Christmas spend with us and not with other people. And, you know, the other point that Stacey made that I thought was really valuable is, not only will you be building your business by doing this, by sharing the products and getting some new customers for Christmas, but you'll also be able to pay for your own Christmas spend as well from the retail profit. So if we all aim to do one case credit a month, not a month, take that back, rewind, a week, one case credit a week, and you're going to get £80+ profit even as an assistant supervisor if you're brand new in the business, then that's really going to add up, you know, over 800 quid by Christmas. So you can definitely get all of your Christmas presents, your turkey, and all of the trimmings for that amount of money. So A, you'll be building your business anyway, and helping to move your business forward. B, you're going to get to pay and cover the cost of Christmas. So it's a bit of a no-brainer. So make sure you take those notes and implement them into your monthly plans and your 7-day plans, and go away and run with it, because these, as Stacey mentioned, and we've mentioned a couple of times already this morning, these really are the very best 2 or 3 months of the year in terms of retailing in our business. I just want to give a shout out about a training that is on next week, which is a company training, the full company training from Forever UK. It's our next Forever Excellence Roadshow, and I do know that we are going to have another slot on Christmas from the wonderful Beth Turner, who we're going to also hear from in a little while. So make sure you're plugged into that as well. I know there's some brilliant other slots as well leading up to the Christmas period. So check out the Forever UK Facebook pages and the Forever Events UK page for the link to the webinar. I have also posted it in the London page as well. So make sure you're logged on to that, because there'll be some brilliant value as well on that, some more Christmas treats and lots of other stuff. So we have another winner for one of our aloe biocellulose face masks, and that is Hannah Beadsmore. Hannah Beadsmore, there will be a face mask on its way to you. These will be being sent out to you directly from head office, so we'll get that sorted out next week. Keep hashtagging Forever London Masterclass on your Facebook and your Instagram. Stay plugged in, because at the end we're giving away a whole box and a serum as the final prize. So keep going, guys, and I'm going to pick someone at random who is still logged on for that final prize right at the end. So stay logged in, stay tuned in, stay getting all the value, and you've got to be in it to win it. You may be one of the prizes. Excuse me. So moving on to our next speaker, this person is a very good friend of mine. He is my business brother. He was my partner in crime at the London Centre as the London Product Centre manager, and one of my best friends. He's a fantastic attribute to our London area. He's grown his business massively in lockdown, and a lot of what he does is done through social media. And I, for one, need to get much better at social media. I know it's a sticking point for a lot of people. It gets us out of our comfort zone, putting ourselves out there on social media. But Kyle Burrows does this in such a natural way. So he is going to share with us today some of his top tips for growing your business on social media. And as you know, we're in these crazy times at the minute, and it looks like more lockdowns may be coming. We're going to continue to be online, and we need to make the most of this. So let's take it away with Kyle Burrows. Thank you so much.
Be on social media because it's not really my thing. However, I've realized that it booms your business, and it's basically thanks to social media. I didn't have to go traveling around over 10, 20, 30 years, whatever, say, you know, you should be out there on the streets. Well, actually, we're in a pandemic now, so you can't be. So you have to use your social media. And those people are all using social media now as well because they realize that this is the future. So to start with, over 1.1 billion users on Instagram daily active every single day. And Facebook is 1.69 billion active users daily. So we're not talking about a few thousand, a few 100,000 or a few million. We're talking billions, which is phenomenal. So that is the reason why I focus on those two, and why I think other people should focus on those as well. Now, if you sit there and say, well, I've never been great at Facebook, I don't know how to use it, or I'm not good at Instagram, I don't know how to use it. Guys, get on YouTube and go on to some tutorials. That is how I taught myself how to sew. That's how I taught myself how to iron, how to bleach and clean floors when I moved out of my house. Everything was on YouTube. Google everything in life. How to stop your hair falling out when I'm going bald. You know, those kind of things. But this is the sort of stuff you can learn. Now, what has using social media helped me with in my business? Well, first of all, attraction marketing. I call it attraction marketing because sometimes I've not actively gone out there and tried to reach out to people. I use my social media well, so they sometimes come to me. Now, sometimes, I say sometimes, I'm actively approaching people regularly, daily. So these are some good little results that you can see on the screen. So first of all, I'm interested in your UK tour. That was my friend. I posted about doing a UK tour before lockdown, actually, before COVID. And that person was like, Kyle, I want some more information. What tour are you doing about helping people earn more income? Then Antonio, I'd like to try the C9 again. I posted on my social media, on my stories, about the C9 results from a customer. He's done one before and wanted one again. Bottom right is maybe reconsider your offer about joining the team. Daddy needs some dollar, he said. That was my friend. I met him on LinkedIn, and we then followed each other on social media. Great guy, was in the police as well, and we'd never met, still haven't met to this day, but he bought a C9 from me, and he's actually joined the team now as well. And then, as you can see on the left, you know, some people thinking of rejoining forever who stopped years and years ago, and then, you know, I'm ready to get started and connect now. I need to start paying off extra mortgage to pay. I need to earn extra money to pay my mortgage. So these ways I'm going to show you are going to help you attract people as well, just like that. So here are the basics. This is Instagram. So unless you've been living under a cave, you'll know what Instagram is. Just a few basics, guys. Your account name should be your name, not like Kyle the Aloe Man. It should be, you know, Kyle Burrows, your real name. My account is if you search Kai Burrows, so KYBURROWS, you can follow me if you want to take some ideas and stuff. You're more than welcome to. Your profile should have a bio description, like a biography, which you can edit very simply by pressing the edit profile. I just put on there that I'm a global talent scout and business mentor. I'm in London and I help people earn an extra income, and to message me if they want a free information pack. Now, I'm actively messaging people. I wouldn't sit back and wait for people to message me because you'd be waiting for years, but it looks good and people know exactly when the time is right for them. If they do need that extra income, they can message you. So your profile picture should be clear of you. It should be smiling, nice, bright, shiny picture. You can also have highlights in the middle, which are basically stories that you've saved. And you can compile those as well. So if you've got adventures with your family or adventures with your business, save them as a highlight so people can just go to them straight away without having to scroll through your profile. And you can also share your pictures and your stories from Instagram to Facebook. Now, being the brand, I always like to use this example. I photoshopped this together because obviously nobody would ever have a profile like that. However, somebody just liked my picture before I started this training, and I looked on their profile and it was pretty much like the one on the right. It was just constant pictures of aloe bottles and, you know, products. Now, that's great. It looks nice because they're professional photos. However, I guarantee that person does not make money because this is a business about you and your network, I would say. Whereas you are the brand, not forever. Just because you've joined forever, you haven't turned into an aloe plant. You know, you've not now been one of those. You're not now one of those people that says, "I sell aloe vera, buy Forever Living products. Please, please buy my stuff. I love it so much." You're a business coach. You help people. Or if you want to be a retailer and you're not, you don't want to be a business coach, then look at ways of you using that product and showing people the benefit of you using it, not just taking a picture of it saying, this is great for X, Y, Z, Z, Z. People want to know how you felt and how you have enjoyed this product. Tell the story of it. So you're the brand. So always have not always have a think, but have a think when you're looking at your social media. Do people look at you and think, are they looking at me like I'm trying to flog them something and sell them products? Or do they look at me like I'm just a normal person and I run a business? So this is the kind of things that I post. You'll see there's a theme. It's simply myself with friends, myself with family, and there's myself in business. So I do business events clearly by my profile. I like to go to forever events, which I just now show online. And adventures, gym, fitness, friends, family. I've got a theme. So it's just I'm just a normal everyday guy, like everyone, you know, so there's nothing special about me. I just document things that I know will resonate with people who are like me, because I want to attract those people as well. So here are I've taken some screenshots, guys, of posts that are that I posted actually in the last few days. You'll read there, you know, it's me with my laptop saying I'm setting new people up in the team who I've just recruited. So I post about that. I also post about the fact that I never wear color. I always wear black and white and gray. So I wore a red top. I posted that. Reading, improving my mindset and working on my self-development. I posted about that. And then my best friend's daughter, Mia, she's the most beautiful little girl you ever met. And I posted about her. And that got more likes than me getting my chairman's bonus check. So clearly I need to post more pictures with kids. And again, you know, this is just snippets of your life. And you don't need to have a professional photographer. Someone once said to me, actually, you know, your social media is so good, but I could never do the photos that you do. How do you do it? And I thought they were joking, because all I did was I prop my camera. I live alone. I'm single. Boo-hoo. Feel sorry for me. 36 now as well. It's my birthday yesterday. And I don't have someone to take pictures of me. So I prop my phone up, set it on a timer, and use it to take pictures of myself around the house. No joke. Or, you know, the picture there, all these pictures I took myself on either on a timer, or I just put it in my hand and took a selfie. So I would not overthink about what you're going to post and what you need to post. I would just be yourself, post your life, post what your interests are, because people want to see that. Just be yourself, you know, everyday life. Like I've mentioned, I've gone through all this, but engage with people as well. Don't just count your likes. Look at other people's accounts, your friends, people that you follow. Don't follow loads of celebrities. I hardly follow any celebrities on my profile. They're not going to react. They're not going to interact with me. I'm not interacting with them apart from liking their stuff. What's the point? I'm on here to build a business and make some money, and also build my network. And you'll do that if you do that. You know, you can expand your following, you can expand the people that you're following as well. So avoid just commenting and writing about business constantly where people would avoid you, because that then will become annoying. And I've seen people do it. I'm sure you've seen people do it as well. And you kind of think, oh God, I don't want to be that person. And you don't have to be, but you can use subtle ways to showcase the products that you have, and also the business opportunity that you've got as well. So this is the most genuine thing that you could do. When you are trying to recruit people who you don't know, for example, or you're trying to get into relationships, not like, you know, not like loving relationships. I mean, like, you know, trying to build relationships, for want of a better word, online, it's important that you do things that are authentic and genuine for you. So for me, myself, I love tennis. So I've been recently building my network through playing tennis again. And I met 4 guys in my local area, and we all had a knockabout on the tennis court. They're all now on my Instagram and my social media. So now I can potentially make them a C9 customer and a gel drinker. That's always my aim. And I can also potentially recruit them. Now, I didn't talk about work. They asked me what I did when I was there. I just said, I work under the umbrella of a health and wellbeing company. I'm a business coach. And that was it. Didn't ask me anything else, didn't tell him anything else, but I follow the Tennis for London hashtag and different interests. When you follow things that you're interested in, guys, you'll be genuinely interested in it. So you won't feel like, oh, I'm trying to, you know, connect with these people and, you know, meet up with these people, or, you know, speak to them online to get a sale or try and recruit them. It'll be genuine. And it also, because it's an interest for you, you'll be more interested in it. So you'll be more inclined to jump on and go and actually make those connections and talk to people. My latest results from Facebook, and they're all from Facebook actually. Gracie, I didn't know her before, met her on Facebook. Laurel, didn't know her, met her before on Facebook. Anab, met her a few days ago on Facebook. And John, met John Facebook, yeah. So those are the last 4 people I recruited over the last few weeks, and didn't know them before. So sometimes, guys, people that you know, I mean, first of all, you should always talk to people that you know, because that's where you're going to learn your skills. Use the contacts that you already have to practice recruiting on the people you know. And then you've got the whole wide world and World Wide Web and social media to recruit other people as well. So being visible online, people have to see and trust you, because people buy from people that they know, like, and trust. And so they have to feel like they trust you and all that they know you. And don't worry if you don't actually know them, it doesn't matter, because the beauty of social media, guys, is that people actually feel like they know you. The amount of people that have said that they feel like they know my family and have gone through, you know, some things that we're going through right now is quite shocking. It's crazy, but that's just the world we live in now. Is because it's social media. They feel like I know this guy who I follow, who's a fitness coach. I feel like I know his whole family. I know his dog's name's Charity. They called it Charity, and it's actually a boy. You know, I know stupid stuff about that. And it's like, if I bumped into him in the street, I'd be like, oh my God, I feel like I know you, but you don't. But you can build relationships this way. I've been speaking to them, etc. Build up, you know, a good online relationship. Hey, if online dating works, guys, then this can definitely work for you and your business. Talking about stories, this is the great thing I love the most about Instagram. Now, Instagram introduced a feature a few years back called Instagram Stories. And Instagram Stories are short, quick snaps of your lifestyle. They're not spammy. They are for 24 hours only. So you press the button with that yellow arrow, I just said yellow arrow is pointing to, and then you upload stories. You can upload videos of yourself, pictures of yourself, whatever you're getting up to on a daily basis. They're really, really good for recruiting and getting interaction with your followers. Ask people questions. You can ask polls. You can ask whatever you want. You can show whatever you want. It's totally up to you. You can sell products. You can show excitement in your business. You can recruit. Ask them if they want to see a business. Ask them if they want to try some products, or if they want to lose some weight, get some aloe inside of them or on their skin, and you can show successes. So another great thing as well is showing demand for a product. I'm going to go through this shortly in a second, but showing customers buying your product, guys, will make you more sales. It's a fact. So I always keep empties in my house, and I use empties then to show that orders are coming in, I always get customers that way. So it's a little trick I've used and it works. So selling the benefits, for example, using your social media. Now, if you look at my social media, would you want to join my team? I would ask myself that, and you should ask yourself that too. Show people joining your business, joining your team. If they're not joining you directly, it doesn't matter. Use your wider team as an example. Show people coming into the business, because other people will follow. Think of a restaurant. You've got a busy restaurant and a quiet restaurant. You're not going to go in the quiet one. You'll go in the busy one because you think it's much better. It's the same with this. Showing the benefits as well of what's in the business for them. I use my own flyers that I made, and I talk about the benefits on them. I show the excitement, the levels of income, and I remind people that this is a work from home opportunity. So you can use hashtags and things like that. I'm not the hashtag guru. I'm not the Instagram guru either. So if you've got a question, just Google it. I just use it just to try and wing it as best as I can. And I think I'm doing all right so far, but there's no set rules to this, guys. You can have fun with it, be yourself, have a play around. But when I asked people on my social media, on the stories, I asked, I've missed a slide here, but I'll explain this to you. You can do a question and a poll. So a poll asking people yes or no. Well, I put on here, do you want a free information pack on how I can help you earn an extra income from home? And then I did a poll, putting hell yes or I'm intrigued. I always give two positives. I don't write yes or no, because if someone clicks no, they'll see the percentage of people that said no. Now, as soon as you've done that, leave it for a few hours, go back to your story. You can scroll up and then you'll see people wanting more info. So you can see on the right-hand side there, Instagram tells me 8 people voted for yes and 2 people voted I'm intrigued. Excuse me. So that shows you there was 10 people there on my Instagram. I didn't have to go through thousands of people. I just used it for them to tell me if they wanted information or not, So you can use that as well to start conversations, send them some information, get them talking, and get them walk them through the business cycle, or take them through, should I say. So now they've just said they want some more information. What on earth would you send? Well, I send this. I send, hey, Jimmy, how are you? Hope you're doing great. I saw that you asked for more info from my poll. I'll put the link to a short 2-minute video for you to have a quick look at below. As soon as you've watched it, or as soon as you've seen it, I can send you the full video that explains everything fully. Then I ask them a question, because I don't just say, oh, hey, thank you so much for asking me for my link. Here you go, please join. No, it's, what do you currently do for work at the moment? You want to get in a tennis match now. See, there you go. I'm obsessed with tennis. Everything's about tennis. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Have a tennis match. Ask them a question. They'll tell you an answer. Ask them another question. You then get into a conversation. As soon as you hit that ball out of the court or you hit it into the net, the conversation's done. Game over. So you want to keep that conversation flowing back and forth. Then after about 10 minutes, I'm like, hey, did that link open okay for you? And they'll say, oh, yeah, I'm just about to watch it now. Great. Or, yes, it did. Amazing. I can send you the business presentation. It's 30 minutes long. How soon can you watch it? I'll fire it over. Looking forward to chat, that kind of thing. Now, who's joining your team? This is also a great one to attract more people. Showing people who's joining the business, their backgrounds, because people from all different walks of life do forever. You watching this right now will be from a different background to the person sat a mile away in their house watching this, right? This morning. So show people joining your team and who they are and how you're going to mentor them. Just show the fun, basically. Obviously, we're all online now, guys. So take screenshots of your Facebook video calls, WhatsApp video calls, or Zoom calls, but also share success stories. People love success stories. It's a lot better than what we're seeing on the news. So, you can either do a video or photos. Your audience can meet these people that you're working with through your social media, which is great. Showing other people's success. People see the team spirit that they want to feel part of. The London team, I got to hand it to you, Steph. Steph has created an environment which is very much like my own team, my own personal team and my sister's, because I've never seen a team spirit like this for London. I think you'll all agree. So well done you, because you've done an amazing job, and we're really grateful because you're just the most amazing person ever, and you're the best ADD in the world. So, but that aside, show other people's successes, make people want to become a part of it, you know. But you know, you've got to be consistent. You've got to be consistent with this. It wouldn't work if you just did one story. You've got to be consistent. People know that they can come to me if they want to lose weight, if they want a 9-day cleanse, they come to me. They don't go on eBay. They wouldn't go to another person down the road selling it. They wouldn't go to someone that used to sell it years and years ago. They will come to me because I regularly show myself giving the C9s out, them arriving at my doorstep, and other people's results. So I've just become that go-to person for them. And I've never lost customers from it. Also, the thing I mentioned with thanking Steph about the team spirit for London and stuff, and bringing everyone so close together, especially during these really hard times for a lot of us, is show that team spirit, show what people can become a part of, because there's so many people out there, guys, that feel displaced and that they just want a home, and they can have one with us. So this is part of my story, that I shared back a few years ago, just about Chairman's Bonus. I was talking about the company incentives. If you have not qualified for Chairman's Bonus, don't worry, you can still do something, say like this, shout out about other people achieving the bigger incentives, also the smaller incentives, earning an extra 200 to 400 a month. Do a collage of people. Asking this in the London group, who did 4 case credits last month? Who did 3 case credits? Work it out on a calculator. That's 8, 16, 24, £240. You don't have to be 4cc active. And you earn over £200 a month. Do a collage of 4 people and just give them a shout out. So proud of you all. All these people earn an extra over £200 part-time this month. From the comfort of their own home, working alongside us. Brilliant, job done. So you see, you get the message. So show the fun. It's got to be fun. What did you get, sister? Check it out. Congratulations, mate. Now, they're all just fun little snippets which I've used on my social media just to show the fun, because. And I hope that people see that. They know I'm serious about building forever business, but they also know I like to have fun. So share your platforms as well. If you want to drive people to your business page or your Facebook page, you can do that. Screenshot stuff you're posting on there and then add it to your story. Retailing is exactly the same as the recruiting guys, but you just do it about the product. So if you just want to retail, amazing. You can use many different things to retail products. Also, Instagram TV is now a thing, which is great. They also have reels, which are perfect. Use those to get your face out there and interact, interview people in your team, interview people in the forever world. Product testimonials. You can upload longer videos. It doesn't have to be short 20-second videos now. It can be longer. I focus personally on 2 products. I focus on 2 products because I don't want to become jack of all trades, master of none. I focus on the C9, and at the moment, I'm really loving biocellulose masks. So I show myself using them. I show other people buying them. Show. Simply it. Focus on 2, become the master of 2. That's what I would say. Now, C9s. I often do the cleanse because I'm a bit of a chubster and I love food and I love bad food, which is not great. So I have a best product for that. But I also have a lot of friends who also, like me, yo-yo diet. And really, some of us can be naughty. Lockdown's not been easy. So let's face it, I put on a lot of weight. So I'm doing a cleanse. I'm actually going to start after my weekend. And I'll retail more from that. So I show the demand as well. McDonald's example, guys, is the McDonald's used to pay people to sit in front of their windows to eat their food when they first started out because they wanted to look busy, just like the example I used with the restaurant. So show people using your products, keep it fun, keep it short and sweet. You don't have to have a professional photographer. Use your own camera, use your phone, keep it simple. Your team can copy as well. And literally just get your product out there, but don't be trying to sell constantly. Just to remind you as well, the UK market for weight management is over 2 billion. It's massive. And it's only getting bigger because I'm getting massive by the day. So trust me, guys, this is the one you want to focus on. It'll build you more case credits and more profits, and you can get to manager way quicker. I personally think focusing on C9s is what I did personally to become a manager myself. So becoming a C9 super seller, I'm going to touch on this. It wasn't part of my plan, but I thought, you know what, coming up to Christmas as well, you guys might take something from this. So I show results before and afters. I show other people's results. Show the demand, and give great customer service. And that is what you need to do. Show people results. We're really lucky we're allowed to show before and after results here in the UK, abroad, sometimes you're not. So I just show the demand, and then I show other people holding the products. I tell my friends, hold this box, I'm going to do a boomerang. When my customers come or I drop it off, I get them to do a quick boomerang for me and show the demand. So you get the drift. It's really, really simple. Show the demand, show the demand. If you go to the product center in London, guys, then I'm no longer there, boo-hoo, but I do miss you all. But you can, get people to hold the boxes for you and, shake it at a distance using boomerang. So it's really good. And again, I just show demand, show demand, show demand. So people know that they come to me for a cleanse, to get fit and lose weight. But, I would say, if you're thinking how often do you do it, I would say twice a week on your stories. Once a week, show you with the box ready to go out to a customer as well, because it shows you then dropping it off, etc. Now, during COVID times, I do them all. I stack them up all in my living room, and then I do a post. So you'll see me do these as well. So by all means, follow me, copy it. I don't mind. Shaking your box. Here's Bettina, Emma. I love those. Like, it's so funny because I just got everyone at this event. It was at Jane's QLS event to get a box, hold the box. It was empty. Just shake it. Now, to wrap it up, I'm going to give you my top tips. Okay, be visible. Don't be shy. If you're in your house with no social media content, guys, no one's going to come to you. No one's going to buy your stuff. If you are relying on online, okay, you have to be visible. Provide some value. Give some tips. Talk about the benefits of, I don't know, running, taking a jog, drinking more water. Don't make it all about forever, but give people value. You can talk about value of the aloe vera and stuff like that. Do an online health event. Totally your choice. Attraction marketing. Don't forget, people are watching, and you can attract people by the words you use and also the images as well. Don't make it all to buy my product, buy my product. Intrigue people, make them curious. Interact with them as well. That's really important. Don't just wait for them to like your stuff and comment on all your things. Interact with them. Start engaging with more people. Make it your aim. Say, right, this week I'm going to have 5 conversations, or today I'm going to have 5 conversations. Push yourselves to the limit, because I know you guys can do it. And I know that we're heading now for another boom, because lockdown is only going to get worse. I think London's going to have another lockdown. And trust me, I was thinking this today. Think about it. Other businesses out there, other companies are recruiting like mad. We need to get in front of these people before they do. So have fun. I hope you enjoy the rest of this amazing lineup today. And thank you, Steph, for asking me to speak. I hope that's helped, guys. It's been very quick, but I'm sure Steph will upload the recording so you can slow-mo my voice. Lots of love. Take care, guys. Bye.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Let's have a little London flag wave for Kyle Burrows. Brilliant to hear Kyle talking about social media. If any of you guys follow Kyle on social media, you will see, how attractive his social media pages are. And, like he was saying, you want to follow his story. You want to see what he's up to and where he's off to that day. And that is the absolute key, I think, for us on social media. For me, lots of us, when we come into this business, we're a bit technophobe. But we need to move with the times now. Everything is online. And as Kyle just mentioned, it's going to be even more online as we potentially go into more lockdowns, etc. We have no idea when these crazy times are going to end. So we need to, as business owners, where we have no choice at the moment, we need to learn to be better online. We need to learn this stuff. And I think that training was such a simple training from Kyle. We can all be visible. We can all do us and be us on social media. And that's really what Kyle was telling us to do. Be you, be visible, do your lifestyle. It's just a case of getting into a habit of sharing that daily, and then sharing the products a couple of times a week as well. I know it's something I need to get better at. I'm sure lots of you feel exactly the same. I loved his little quote: just because you joined forever, it doesn't mean you've turned into an aloe plant. Absolutely brilliant. Made me chuckle. I was chuckling in the background. So use stories of you, be the best version of you. And remember, you are your brand. You are the brand. The bottle isn't your brand. You with the bottle is your brand. So brilliant. Okay, moving on. So I want to make sure that we stay on time today. Another mask, biocellulose mask giveaway. This one is going to Nana Benson Quam. Congratulations, Nana. Little flag wave for you. Woo! Nana is also a regular face at our London trainings and our supervisor trainings and at the London Centre when we're open. So delighted to get a mask on its way to you, Nana. So next we are going to be hearing all about the 50 Club. Some of you may not know what that is if you're quite new to the business, but it's about building your business to 50 case credits. And then when you have managers in your team, keeping your new and open business at 50 case credits, because that's going to give you great structure and stability in your business, and it's going to give you the money. So we have the wonderful senior manager Claire Cotton is going to be taking us through this slot today. Claire, as I say, she's a senior manager. She's been in the business for a number of years. She has a fantastic international business and a global team, particularly in South Africa. And she has qualified for every incentive that Forever has going. She's been on all of the trips and she's been in the London area for all of this time. So we're delighted to hear Claire's words of wisdom. And she has also recently re-qualified for the 50 Club. So there's no better person to be sharing this slot with us today. So let's hear it, please, for Claire Cotton.
Good morning, Area 250, and morning. Thank you so much, Steph, for putting this on for us today so that we can all grow our businesses that little bit further. And I think one of the things we are blessed with in London is a leader in Steph who pulls us all together to share our knowledge out and hopefully help each other along the way. Steph's asked me today to do something on the power of the 50cc Club, which is something that I qualified for in August this year. But what does that actually mean? Well, the 50cc Club is a recognition of building your open or non-manager business. So that means people that are in your team that are not yet manager. So I did that over the months of June, July, and August. And I think what I want to share this morning is really, how to empower your open business, because that's what I feel I've done over the last few months and certainly through lockdown. And I think it's all about creating a fantastic team culture and an environment for growth. And that's something I'm really proud of within my team. We're all kind of quite interesting people from very, very different backgrounds, but we very much pull together to support each other and recognise each other. And I think really, what does that come down to? Well, I said we're all from different backgrounds, so maybe I should start with that. For those that you don't know me, my name's Claire, and my background prior to Forever was in TV. I was a producer and director at the BBC, and I loved that as a job. I specialised mainly in fashion and interiors programmes, which went out on the BBC, but also on the World Service. And I say I loved that job. I loved it for 12 years, but then I guess the environment of TV and programme making changed in terms of the programmes I specialised in were what are known as lifestyle and leisure. And those programmes had their budgets cut, which meant that I had to make a lot more programme on a lot less money. And really what that meant was a lot longer working hours. So it wasn't unusual for me to be on location until midnight, and it certainly wasn't unusual to be in edit suites till 2 a.m. sometimes, because that's what I needed to do to create the kind of programs that I was happy with. And unfortunately for me, I was diagnosed with a condition called ME, or chronic fatigue. I'm sure some of you may have heard of it, or you may know people that have been through it. But for me, at its worst, I would be in bed for 2 months at a time, quite literally, without the energy really to walk down a flight of stairs, certainly not to read a paper or even drive my car. Luckily for me, a great friend of mine from a programme called The Close Show introduced me to not just our business opportunity, but most importantly for my health, this little baby, our signature product, the aloe vera gel. And that transformed my energy levels. It certainly wasn't immediate, but over a few months, I started to feel better. Within 6 months, it was pretty much transformational. And in fact, 4 years ago, I went from literally not having the energy to walk down a flight of stairs to climbing Kilimanjaro, the highest freestanding mountain in Africa. In fact, I went on to do that for a second time. I'm not sure I've got a third one in me, but it is an amazing thing to do. It's one of those sort of life-affirming achievements, I guess, would be the best way to describe that. But back to the power of creating open business. And one of the things I remember from, actually it was from Aidan O'Hare, from the last, I think, company success day that we did, was Aidan O'Hare's speech on the 5 simple things that we can do to grow our business and grow our teams. And that's Aidan that you can see on the left-hand side of the screen. He's our VP and an amazing human. And if you ever want to listen to something to give yourself a bit of inspiration, just listen to Aidan. And in fact, the person that you can see on the right-hand side of the screen is my gorgeous sister-in-law, Janie, and she absolutely loves Aidan and all the things that Aidan shares with us, again, to help us grow our business, and that's Aidan with his family there. But really, it comes down to key things, key simple things that you can do within your own team, and obviously for yourself. And the number one thing that we all do in Forever is use the products. So use the products that are going to help you improve your health. And I would say within my own personal customer base, it is absolutely the aloe vera gel that is my number one product. It's the product that gave me my health back. It's the product that I am most enthusiastic about. But what's your favorite product? You know, do you talk to people about that product on a regular basis? And within my team, and certainly within my open business, you know, that's what I encourage. You know, what are your 5 favorite products? Do you know them inside out and backwards? And do you promote those out through your own customer base? The second thing, obviously, is to share those products and to keep sharing, you know, the aloe with the people that you know, and take that global. You know, this is a global opportunity. And I'm very lucky to have developed a team, not just here in the UK, but specifically in South Africa and in Australia too. You know, we're all humans, we all have energy needs, and particularly at the moment, you know, going through COVID times, one of the great things about the aloe vera gel is that it can really help to support your immune system. And everybody needs and wants that at the moment. So, you know, have a think about how many people you can bring the power of our signature product to. And one of the things that we all recognize, certainly within the company, and I do this a lot within my team, we have a Monday team check-in every week. And that really is to celebrate people's wins and to discuss things that people are perhaps having a few issues with and work them out. So yeah, keep sharing the power of our aloe. And when you're looking to develop a 50cc business or a 50cc open business, one of the other key areas, and this is something we're really focusing on within my team at the moment, is sharing the business opportunity or sponsoring. In other words, developing a team, developing a downline. And when you do that, you start to develop, I guess, seeds for growth. And that's another really key part of developing a 50cc open business, so that you can qualify for the 50cc incentive. You know, you can be part of this. You know, I feel quite proud and quite honoured to be part of that. And what it does show is that your business is growing. And, you know, while customers are absolutely key and important to our own business and to doing your 4 or 5 case credits, it's when you share the actual opportunity and that you sponsor, that's when you start to see growth. And it really is taking it one step at a time. You know, explore your journey as a business owner, take that step and encourage your new and open business to do the same. And then, of course, you'll become part of the 4cc club. I love this shot. This is a shot that was taken over in Tahoe, which is one of the Eagle Manager incentives. So that's another way that being part of 50cc club, or the power of it, if you like, is the power of developing 4 case credit businesses. This was at an Eagle Manager retreat. So now I know I'm on track to qualify for Eagle Manager. So again, that's the power of being part of the 50cc club. And the other thing that's absolutely key is to make sure that not only you know what the incentives are, but you're able to share that out with your team. So learn what those incentives are and qualify for them. Our fantastic new tool that's been launched, the newforeverliving.com website, has an amazing area where it explains all of those incentives. So whether you're new to the business and you're looking to do your 4CCs, there are some pointers there for you. Whether if you're an assistant maths supervisor at the moment, your next step obviously is supervisor. All of that is there, and manager. And then the really exciting bits that come in after manager. So things like the car program, the Eagle Manager incentive, and the chairman's bonus incentive. You know, all of those things I've qualified for, but it all comes down to building a strong open business, building a strong seed bed so that you can go on to whatever your next, excuse me, whatever your next step is. And some of the images you can see here on the screen are my team, you know, my team enjoying what they're doing, and of course my upline as well. There's Adam's fantastic chairman's bonus check. Adam's part of our upline. John and Jane, who are just the most inspirational people, picking up theirs. And bottom right, you can see there Rolf Kipp. Now, Rolf is one of the biggest business owners in the world of forever. And I remember talking to him at one of our rallies and, you know, asking him about the secret to success. Well, do you know what? There isn't one really. The one thing that we all need to focus on is 4 case credits. And that's what Rolf said to me. He said, Claire, learn to do your 4 case credits. And then when you can do that, you know you can share that out to your team as you introduce and sponsor them. So yeah, if I have a top tip for working towards the 50cc club, it's that. Focus on your 4 and then duplicate that out down and through your team, and recognize it, you know, recognize it within your team. I think over the years I've developed a really strong team culture. And like I said, we're all from very different backgrounds, but I think we all bring a lightness to, certainly to our team check-ins on a Monday night. And I think that in no small way has helped me to go on and grow a really, really strong open business. Some of the things that we're doing at the moment, certainly this month, one of the things we found that's really helped people to develop customers is to do some fun things online. And as we all need to do, you know, online is where it's at the moment, particularly during COVID times. I love doing customer mask Zoom nights. People retail a mask to their customers. We retail them for £10 each, and then invite them onto an evening to do it all together, so that we're all having like an in-home treatment, if you like, obviously with a little tipple to go along with it. And our next one is next week. You know, and from doing online events, you create more customers that want to use more products. And I think in particular, that's the beauty of our aloe biocellulose mask. It's a great way to introduce people to our skincare. And one of the things we do when we do these nights is to take that opportunity to share more information about the skincare ranges. Now, I'm a massive fan of the Infinite range, which is for slightly more mature skins. But obviously we have our Sonia range too, which is fantastic for combination skins and particularly younger skins. So maybe try something like that in the month of October. Get together with some of your team and do a Zoom online mask around the skincare. And what I usually say to the team just beforehand is, you know, think about who you want to invite. What friends would you like to have a bit of fun with online? Have you done a C9 or retailed a C9 in the past? Those are great customers to go back to and ask if they would like to come on to a special VIP evening all around a face mask. Charge £10 for the mask so that people have something to come online with. Or maybe, as you know, Kyle's very eloquently talked about the power of social media. So you can promote these kind of things on social media. You could maybe even do a competition to win a mask, and then that person is automatically invited to your evening. So that's just a few of the things that we're doing within our team. And the other thing I'm really enjoying at the moment is, I don't know about anybody else, but has anyone else got a bit of a COVID belly? We're focusing on an autumn health reboot. And that's really around doing, not just taking the drinks, but really focusing on someone's health and introducing the benefits of doing a 9-day cleanse, and introducing the benefits of getting out and doing some exercise, whether that's just going for a walk or a cycle. You know, the great thing about the C9 is it's an introduction to better health. And for those that want to then go on perhaps do Fit 15, I've thought about it. You know, that's another way to take that further. But I really do think the power at the moment around the C9, and we've heard a bit about those sales earlier this morning, is to encourage people to look at their health and perhaps gift a few of those unwanted COVID kilos back to where they actually belong. So really, what do I think about the power of the 50cc club? Well, the power of the 50cc club is really working with your committed team. And that's something I've worked hard on over the last few months, is to bring the team back together. We have a presence online. We meet on Zoom every week. And I really do think that has helped everyone in my team and myself personally to really look at sponsoring. And I think later on tonight, we do have a bit of Strictly. I'm a bit of a Strictly fan. And what's the line that Tess and Claude always give us at the end of that programme? Well, in the spirit of that, I think they normally say something like, it's keep dancing. But for me, I think focus on sponsoring, focus on bringing new blood into your team and really showing them the power of 4K credit. So keep sponsoring. If I had a top tip, I think it would be for everyone watching today, think of a couple of tips that you've picked up from today. What 2 things have resonated with you? And really implement those into your business. Thank you so much, Steph, for asking me to speak on our London online masterclass today. Really hope you have enjoyed what you've heard so far. I think Beth Turner is coming up next. Now, everybody in my team loves Beth because she talks no nonsense and gives you some really hot tips. And then I think we're finishing off today with Andy Waring. Now, Andy is brilliant at giving you small, practical tips to grow your business. So for me, it's over and out. I've actually got to run now because I'm off to the Isle of Wight to go and find my sea legs. So bye for now, and speak to you all soon.
Thank you so much, Claire. What a wonderful, wonderful slot that was. I don't really need to summarize too much because Claire did a fantastic summary there, but if I was going to say anything, it's, you know, bringing it back. And Claire again referred to Aidan, who is one of our senior VPs over in the States, his idea on how to build a stable business with Forever and to keep building it, and Claire has referred to this throughout her slot as well, which was absolutely brilliant, which is simply, and it shouldn't be news to all of us because it is our business model: use the products, share the business, be 4cc active, and focus on qualifying for the incentives. And I think, you know, as we're coming up to going into a new year in 2021, I think sometime in the next couple of months we'll do a nice training on all of the incentives, so everyone's really super clear on what's available to you and what you should be going for depending on the level that you're at, because that's really key in your business as well. Quick competition winner, keep hashtagging Forever London Masterclass. Thanks for everyone that has so far. The next Aloe Biocellulose face mask is going to Keely Garvey. Well done, Keely. Keely also got to supervisor in lockdown, so congratulations. I hope your business building is going well. So moving on to our penultimate slot of the day, and we have a real treat for you guys now because we have the wonderful Beth Turner. As I mentioned at the beginning, Beth's not only a great friend, we've worked in partnership together with the Southern area and the London area throughout the course of the last couple of years. Beth and I have been on trips together with the business. I think we started around about the same time in the business. Beth has just recently reached soaring manager. And I know she's very, very humble, so she won't have it said that that's anything to do with her. It's all about her team. And she's going to share her story and some incredible tidbits along the way. But I will say that, you know, Beth is a real treasure for us, and we're very lucky to have her in our business. She's very supportive, she's kind, she's sharing, she's humble, and she's absolutely hilarious. So we always love hearing from her. So I'm going to pass over and let her work her magic. Beth Turner, good morning.
Morning, Steph. Thank you so much for letting me join and gate crash Area 250. I put my Christmas jumper on for you all, look. So I've got my Christmas jumper, I've got my Christmas mug, because I love a bit of Christmas. So look, we've got 15 minutes or so together. And Steph's right, she's asked me to talk about my journey to soaring and any little lessons I learned along the way. It's always a little bit of a risk, because the way I run my business is not necessarily a textbook, but it is honest. So I am going to do my absolute best to explain a little bit about my journey and share with you any learns and top tips that I pass down through the generations in my team, simply in the hope that there might be something in there that resonates with you. I'm not a great skills trainer. I do the business, I love what I do, but my passion is about how it feels to be in business. So I'm going to talk to you less about numbers and statistics and products. I'm going to talk to you about how I think you can succeed in Forever through the love and the joy of doing it. So I hope that that is okay with you. So for those of you that don't know me, my background is in HR. I worked for John Lewis in both Bluewater in Kent and in their head office in Victoria for 15 years. And I had the delight that I was too mischievous for the shop floor, so they wouldn't let me actually out onto the shop floor. But what they did do is let me run their HR function, because I am inherently people-based. So my love of HR, my love of Forever is always people orientated. I don't really spend a lot of time on what we should do. I spend a lot of time on why we should do it and how we can do it in the best possible way. When I found the business, no one approached me. So for those of you that I knew before 2013, you know, bad show, you should have talked to me about the business. I've been looking for this for about 10 years before I found it. Didn't know what network marketing was. I knew I needed out of the corporate world. In 2013, when I joined the business on Halloween, so it's a great time of year for people who think, actually, next year I need to change the way I live my life, so I better put something in place this autumn ready for the start of the new year. When I found the business, I was just tired. I was working 50 hours a week, commuting in and out of London. My husband's in the fire brigade in London, so we were juggling a shift pattern. The kids were 3 and 7, and it was just hard. I wasn't doing anything particularly well, and I looked for a health tonic. When I found the reviews of the Forever Living drinking gel, I bought some, not off an FBO, direct off the website, because that's what I just thought it was. And I enjoyed the interesting flavour. It was the old style gel back then. And after about 6 weeks, people started to notice that I looked different and I seemed different. I was more annoying than usual. I had more energy than usual. I was the only one in the office without a cold. And at the time, I was not long back from my second maternity leave, and I had developed adult acne, and my face was a state. I was in my 40s and I looked like I was going through puberty all over again. And after about 6 weeks of the drinking gel, some of the people in my office, one guy said to me, "Wow, you've fixed your face. What have you been doing?" And I thought, that harsh, but true. And it really proved to me that the products were exceptional, because no one knew what I was doing. So I got nosy into the business behind the products, saw an opportunity, and did 12 weeks worth of research, because I needed to know it wasn't a scam. Because like many of you, I didn't want a hobby. I didn't have spare time that I needed to fill by taking up a new passion. I needed a new career, and what I was looking for was a career income. So I knew the products were great. What I needed to do was find a coach. So my friend Gemma Easton and I were looking at the business together, and we needed to pick someone to sponsor us. So what did we do? We went on to social media. So you've heard from Carl talk about the power of people watching. We didn't know Natalie. We didn't know any of the leaders in Forever, but we started to look at who we were attracted to. And We never made contact with Natalie. We never liked a post. We never messaged her. We just spent 12 weeks stalking her, Jane, all the other top leaders in the top 10 in the country at the time. And we just felt an affinity to what Natalie portrayed on her Facebook, what it appeared that she stood for, and what she could give us access to. She wasn't actually recruiting. We weren't answering in a recruitment ad. We just liked what she stood for. So we rang her and out of the blue said, look, we found the business, we've been using the products. Would you be so kind as to coach us? And as you can imagine, she just said, yes, thanks. So we started working with Natalie directly. And within that calendar year, she'd got a whole new chairman's bonus leg, and she didn't know us from Adam. So the first top tip I want to give you is the one at the start of my journey, which is never underestimate the power of what you show. And what we liked about Natalie, and what Carl talked about, was just the honesty and the authenticity of what you see is what you get on those people's Facebook. I agree with Carl. I think when you meet him, it is like an extension of his social media, as Natalie was when we met her in person, having stalked her online. So my first tip is to remember the power of social media and just really ask yourself, don't try and change, ask yourself, would you be attracted to work with someone like you? Because social media allows you to show your values, show what you stand for, show what makes you happy. And the only people that are going to want to work with you are people that want the same things. They want to, I always say to my team, people rarely want to do what we do. They always want to feel about their life the way it looks like we feel about ours. So the way you live your life, what you're passionate about, what you love, when you show that on your social media, people are attracted to that, and they'll be perfect to work with you because they'll only be attracted because you're wired in the same way. So remember that people are watching. Would you be attracted to you? So the first thing I decided when I joined the business was, what did I actually want? What was my goal? And I was really, really clear. I wanted to earn the same amount of money as I did in my corporate job. I just wanted to work half the time for it. So I was simply looking for a replacement monthly income. And I wanted to use the rest of the time that I wasn't working to be a more present parent. Simple as that. So my second top tip is, do you know what you actually want out of your business? And it sounds so obvious, but I'd be so surprised, and maybe put in the chat box to me if you actually are in the category think, well, I started for a reason, but I couldn't actually tell you what my goal is right now, my long-term goal. If you haven't got clarity around that, get clarity, because it will serve you really well. Because then everything that you do in business, every milestone that you seek to achieve, every project that you undertake, every activity that you do, it will either lead you to your goal or it will lead you away from your goal. But my top tip number 2 is to know what you're working for. So that became a bit of a shock to me, because it was dead simple what I wanted. What came as a bit of a shock was I couldn't make the business work. So I didn't seem to be able to retail anything, and I didn't seem to be able to recruit anybody, mainly because I had decided I probably didn't need to talk about the products or talk about the business opportunity. I'm not entirely sure how I thought I'd build a business through osmosis, but I decided not to follow the activities in the First Steps to Manage book. So you can imagine what a painful 3 months that was, October and November and December, when I was great at being my own best customer. So I ticked the first box on Claire Cotton's checklist, use product, loads of that. I was really shiny and full of annoying energy. But beyond that, nothing was happening. And I realized that it was a little bit safe, because I did have a current income. I had a job that I really enjoyed. I had a job I was good at. We weren't, our backs weren't against the wall financially in our family. So the kind of the drive to work and do something else in my already short spare time probably wasn't there. And then I had a conversation with my kids, and we went out to buy a Christmas tree. And let me show you this photo. So back in 2013, these were my babies. Ethan was 7, Brooke was 3, and that was the day we went out to buy a Christmas tree. And I suppose what I realized in that moment, in December 2013, about 8-10 weeks into my business, was I had wasted 7 Christmas trees, because you get 17 Christmas trees with your kids. And I had wasted 7 of mine already at that point. I'd wasted them by working until 11 o'clock at night in December because I worked in retail. I'd wasted them by not being able to do the Santa's Grotto and all of the activities because I was either just too tired or too busy. And I remember queuing up for Santa's Grotto whilst answering emails on my BlackBerry and just thought, this is rubbish. I am being a rubbishly present parent. And I thought, I've only got 10 more Christmas trees with the kids where I can guarantee they'll be here. So what on earth am I doing? I've got my hands on an opportunity that could change the way we live, but I've chosen not to work it properly. So that picture of Christmas Day and going out and having a lovely day getting our Christmas tree, that connected me to my goals. So my third top tip is, are you emotionally connected to the reason that you're working? Because I promised that the 8th Christmas tree that Ethan would see in his life and Brooke's 4th Christmas tree in 2014, that would represent something totally different for us as a family. So it made me really think, look, I'm time precious. I've got big goals. I need to make a change. What's the easiest way for me to work the business? And I suppose it's knowing that the titles, and the status has never really driven me. Happiness is what drives me. I wanted to be happy in my forever business. I didn't just want to be successful. I don't think success breeds happiness. I think happiness breeds success. So I was really focused on what would make me happy. And I remember going to my first success day. I thought it was a bit of a cult. It was really weird. Everyone was exceptionally happy. And then I've obviously come to realize why they're happy. Now I'm one of the happy people there. But I listened to Bob Parker on stage, and he talked about the business being like a buffet table, and you can choose which incentives you want to enjoy, which sort of business. And the first line of the vision statement, that grabbed me, that says we can help people to build profitable environments where they can, with dignity, be who they want to be. So one of the first things I did was to decide who I wanted to be. Now, I've heard Claire talk about 50 Club and the pull and the excitement of Chairman's Bonus. I'm very, very privileged to have experienced all of the incentives. I've had Chairman's Bonus checks. I've been Eagle Manager. I've got a car from the business, the laptops, the 100 clubs, all of that. But that actually never drove me to succeed. That stuff's never made me happy. It's lovely rewards along the way, because each one is a milestone that reflects you must be helping other people, because you can't experience those things without your business being a certain size, and your business grows to that size because you help lots of other people. But they were never the things that mattered. I wanted to be able to walk my kids on the school run. I wanted £3,000 a month minimum, and I wanted to be at home more. And therefore, it was easy for me, because that was what I wanted. It's been really easy not to get distracted. I'm not attracted by the new shiny object. I never had a business card. I still haven't got an Instagram account. I've never run a Facebook ad. I wasn't even on Facebook for the first 15 months of building my business, because I didn't really like social media much. And so it was a case of saying, who do I want to be? What is going to be okay for me, and accepting that Forever Living allowed me to be me, just like Forever Living allows you to be you. If you want to retail only skincare, then Forever Living allows you to do that. If you don't want to recruit, Forever Living allows you to have a retail business without recruitment. If you want to be a multi-million-dollar check picker-upper, then Forever Living allows you to do that. Decide what you want and stay firm to what you believe in, because when you are clear as to what makes you happy, you will find a love for doing it. Now, don't misunderstand me. I don't do anything that doesn't make me happy. I've stopped that a long time ago. I don't hang out with people that don't lift my spirits. I don't do things that I don't enjoy anymore. However, it's a dangerous slippery slope if you think what I mean is I just pick and choose what I do. I'm crystal clear. And you don't get to be senior manager, soaring manager, manager, diamond manager without having to accept there are certain non-negotiable activities that are required of you in your business to build them. My perspective is, don't avoid doing stuff. Find a way to love doing the stuff that's non-negotiable. So if you don't enjoy tabletop retailing, but you enjoy conversational retailing, do that. If you don't enjoy recruiting people you don't know, then stay with the people you do know. You know, you pick and choose, but the more you love something, the more you'll do it. And the more you do it, the more you'll love it. So it's a bit of a cycle. And I suppose, you know, the key is just to be really clear what you stand for, what do you want out of the business, and how can you fall in love with what you're doing. Which brings me on to my next point. Business is not easy. I don't know how many of you prior to joining Forever had an incredibly easy life. My corporate career wasn't easy. My corporate career wasn't a bed of roses. It had challenges. My family life has challenges. Life is challenging. Forever's no different. Just because it's hard at times doesn't mean it's not worth it. But what you need to do is find a way to move through the challenges. And all I will advocate to my team when they're struggling and say, yeah, it is hard, and yes, it is tricky, and yes, you will get knocked back. But the people that knock you back, their opinions don't pay your mortgage. Their opinions don't actually walk your kids to school. Their opinions don't allow you to, you know, achieve the things that you've got on your family goal board. So they are opinions. And if they don't serve you, look away. And if you have to keep looking away from someone, remove them from your life. But what you are going to do is not be able to afford to avoid the challenges. You've got to learn to get up after each one. And to me, success is just the ability to get up one more time than you got knocked down. That's all it takes. You don't know when the last time you need to get up is, but there will be a last time, because when you get up just one more time than you got knocked down, you've won. And how do you do that when you're down? How do you find the spirit to get back up? For me, it was to attach myself to the values of the business. So Rex Morn is like, for me, he's just like an ethereal being. There's so much wisdom and magic in his vision and in his ethics, and it makes me really, you know, kind of emotional to think about that. And if you need to connect to the business in any way, I would encourage you to go back, watch the videos, because obviously you don't see Rex much anymore. Watch the videos about when all of the aloe fields were destroyed. Listen to him talk about the values and the behaviours, and what it will never go out of fashion is having good values and working hard. He is incredible. And so when you are in those tough times and you're surrounded perhaps by skeptics, family members, friends, strangers, whoever, you need to find someone that radiates what you believed in when you bought your box. I think Rex Morn is a brilliant place to start, but there are others. And rather than try and become Steph Barnsby, don't try and become Andy Waring, don't try and become me, Carl Burrows, Claire Cotton. Become you, but find the 2 or 3 key leaders in the business who represent something that you feel really connected to, because they are like radiators. And we all know the closer you get to a radiator, the warmer you feel. And I think our business, because the sense of community and strengthened through the pandemic, I really do believe people want more than ever to be connected to others and something that is bigger than themselves. So to find these radiators in Forever and hang out with them, sit close to them. So that might be in power hours. It might be on events like this. It might be the online recognition events from Forever. It might be team gatherings. It must be mask nights like Claire's talked about. Any opportunity you get to hang out and get close to the people in the business that radiate values, confidence, respect, drive, determination, whatever it is you want, find those people and ignore everyone else. There's a lot of noise in our industry, and there are some nutters. But then there are nutters in retail, and there are nutters in my family. They're everywhere. You've just got to decide who you're getting close to. Because the other thing is, if you hang out with the wrong people, focus on the wrong activities, you're going to feel under pressure. And for me, pressure is not a good thing. One of the biggest draws to be part of Forever was that there were no KPIs, there were no targets, there was no pressure. No one was ever going to ring me up and say, you haven't done 4 case credits yet, or you haven't achieved this incentive. People are going to let me build my business my way. And I will always choose organic. I don't mean fruit and veg. I mean organic growth. Because I think urgency to achieve a goal is great. Pressure to do it is not, because pressure creates a sense of desperation. And desperate, you can smell desperate in people. And I want people not to smell desperate. I want them to smell excitement when they hear me talk about this. I want them to feel the hope that I feel about my future and the business and the future forever. I don't want them to sense desperation. I'm desperate them to buy my products or join my business because I've got things I need to achieve. That, I don't like it. You know, so take the pressure off on your journey. You know, is getting to soaring manager in 6 years good or bad? I don't know. I don't care. Do I really mind whether I was senior manager 3 weeks ago and soaring manager in 3 weeks' time? No. The title, this sounds awful to say, means nothing to me. Watching Justine Webb go manager means the world to me. The fact that it was the right time for her, she organically grew her business in a way that suited her at the time was right to achieve her goal of manager. The byproduct of making me soaring is just an added bonus. You know, so I'm under no pressure, and I will always choose organic because there is joy in the journey. And I've always been a huge advocate of saying, you know, enjoy the journey where you can. And then I suppose the last two things that I just want to talk to you about is I always understood that Forever had a vehicle, it was a business vehicle that would allow me to achieve the goals and dreams that I had on my dream board. What I didn't understand about the business was that it would also protect me from pain. And a few years ago, we had a very traumatic experience in our family, and my eldest niece was abducted. And she was missing for 2 weeks. And it was a terror, as you can imagine, if you've got a niece, a nephew, a child, a goddaughter, a godson, it was a terrifying time. And what the business allowed me to do during that time was to focus on my family. And when we were trying to locate my niece, work with the police, you know, and work social media and the media channels to try and find her and bring her home, the business kept ticking over. And I'll never forget the surprise, because the rest of my family, they had to take time off work, and some of them did that with pay, some of them didn't do it with pay. My income continued to come in over those ensuing months as we tried to piece our family back together, which is much harder than you think. And I will never forget the sense of time and money and the sense of pressure that relieved. Having an income that I wasn't even working my business for those few months, but my team were, and the foundations I'd set in place were rock solid, and they allowed me to guarantee my income from the business. But there was a sting in the tail. I had kind of got comfortable building my business up to match and exceed my corporate income. And so when we were in these desperate times, what I found was the business wasn't deep enough. The money pot wasn't big enough for me to reach into it and pay for other things that I wanted to do to supplement my family's incomes when they'd taken time unpaid off work to, you know, to survive these times. It wasn't deep enough for me to pay for the private therapy that I wanted my niece to have when she was found. And it taught me a big lesson. It taught me that to stay focused and continue to dig your well before you're thirsty means that there is a degree of protection that comes from pain. And I know now, as I continue to build my business organically, gently, at a pace that suits me in a joyful way, that should we, God forbid, ever be in a similar situation in the future, that my well will be deep enough for me to dig into, and money and time will be available to me, which just takes the edge off an unexpected curveball or pain in your life. So my 9th top tip is to remember that solid foundations will pay you well. So work now to get those 4 CCs, those regular customers, those team members, and the duplication happening, so that will never require you. Independent business owners need to be independent. And when they are truly independent, it is an income stream which is an absolute gift. The last thing that I want to just flag before I run out of time is just to say to you that we often hear about people saying, and when I really needed the business, it paid off for me. And I always believed that would be the case, but I'd never experienced it myself. But I did last year. And, you know, and it's interesting that this is happened very recently, and still then my business has grown and I've achieved the position of soaring manager. Many of you won't know, that for the last 18 months to 2 years, I've been living with a degenerative esophageal condition. And for all of 2019, I had some surgeries and I was on a liquid-only diet. And I suffered a number of challenging health conditions related to that, but also incredible fatigue. And what happened was I found it very hard to do elements of the business. Even though I wasn't able to actively build new team members, new growth, mainly because I looked like I'd recently been dug up and I didn't really feel that that was the face of a health and wellness business. So actually my new recruitment into my business last year was really affected. But what I did learn was my retail wasn't. Why wasn't it? Because the products that I involved myself with 6 years ago kept me alive. I swear to God. There's so much goodness in our products that you don't have to be able to chew. And I have blended more supplements in the last 18 months than I could shake a stick out. And I swear to God that on paper, I've never been more physically unwell. But actually, in myself, I've never been more well, I've never looked more well, and I've never had the ability to do more than I am now. I've learned it's a huge difference between diet and nutrition. And the products that I chose to involve myself with 6 years ago have helped me no end. So my community and my private Facebook group for my customers, my existing team, they understood that there were certain elements of the business that needed to take a back step for me, but those foundations were solid. And I continued to grow my retail. And now I am recruiting again and team building because I'm so much better than I was. People are still with me. They've been with me on my journey because I just started to talk about, as Carl said, what was happening in my life and how the products and the business was looking after my physical health and my mindset. And therefore it's taught me that this business is an absolute gift, and everything that Rex promises will happens when you behave with integrity, empathy, and fun, which are the values that he states in his mission statement. So look, so whistle stop tour through some of the things. So let me recap. People are watching. Would you be attracted to come and work with you on social media? Point number 2, know what you're working for. What is your goal? Number 3, are you emotionally connected to what you're working for? Number 4, accept what needs to be done, but find a way for you to love doing it. Number 5, get up one more time than you get knocked down, because you never know when it will be the last time that you need to get up. Number 6, who are your forever radiators? Who radiates the things that make your heart sing? Hang out with them. Number 7, celebrate the joy of organic growth. Enjoy the journey. It's a dull place if you can't. Number 8, stay focused and build solid foundations, because you need to dig your well before you're thirsty. And know that when you need it most, the business will deliver for you. So I'm going to end with a plea and a requirement for the next 3 months. It's 11 weeks till Christmas. I want you to just remember to be kind to yourself. What does the future look like? I don't know, but it's going to be a lot brighter if you don't judge yourself about against the next person's success. If you celebrate your wins, if you get up from your challenges, own your own forever living business story. Trust the business and find a way to keep the joy in what you're doing, because this year, I don't know what your 2020 Christmas tree looks like, but my parting thought to you is make sure that whatever you do now, you do not waste another single Christmas tree. Thank you very much for listening to me. Steph, I'm handing back to you.
Wow. Oh my goodness, Beth Turner. I've got tears in my eyes. I'm sure lots of you have got goosebumps and tears in your eyes. She manages to do it every single time, as powerful and as inspiring as ever. Incredible stories to bring this incredible opportunity and business to life, and to really hit home what we have in our hands. And she just tells it so well with the stories. Again, I'm not going to summarize that because I just don't want to take away from the power that Beth has just put across there with those incredible stories and sharing her life with you. So I'm just going to say thank you, Beth. That was absolutely wonderful and incredible. And thank you for giving up your time this morning to share with the London area. So one more winner of a single face mask, but stay on to the end. I'm so delighted that over 250 people have stayed with us all the way through to the end, and of course they would, because of our next speaker. But Angela Fahy, there is a face mask on its way to you. Thank you so much for your hashtags and your posts. So it's my pleasure now to move on to our very last speaker of the day, and it's my pleasure for lots of reasons. Firstly, Andy Waring is one of the first people that I ever went to a training of. I joined the business when I was 9 months pregnant, and I made my mum come with me in case I went into labour to a training at the London Centre, and it was an equivalent training to the First Steps to Manager training as it is now. And they had a special guest speaker there, and it was Andy Waring. So I waddled along to my first training. So I had experience of Andy from the very, very beginning. I didn't know at the time that I was in his team. I was in his downline. And Andy's gone on to be a fantastic friend and mentor of mine over the 7.5 years that I've been in the business. He's been in the business for over 25 years. I'm not sure exactly how many now. I'm sure he can tell you. He's a soaring manager. He's built himself an incredible life as a result of building an incredible forever living business. We work together on lots of things now, which I absolutely love. So I'm going to pass over and let Andy talk to you about something that's very, very important in our business. As Beth says, whichever way you find the joy and the love in doing it, it's an important part of the building blocks to build a great foundation in our business, which is the power of recruitment and duplication. Good morning, Andy.
Hi, Steph. Thank you very much indeed. Hello, everybody. Great to see you all. I'm absolutely delighted to have been invited to share a few thoughts with you today. Let me see if I can bring my video up. Yeah. What a fantastic morning it's been so far. I really love the way we have embraced the conditions we find ourselves in. The fact that we've got these issues with COVID and that we can't get out and about to events as much. And we haven't let that stop us in any way. And events like the one that we are taking part in now really change that. It just exemplifies to me the nature of our business and the kind of character of the people involved. And that is something I absolutely love about our industry and especially about Forever Living. One of the things that I particularly enjoy, I love actually, is the fact that people, it's almost a cliche, they're in business for themselves, but yet they are happy to share the things that they've learned. They're happy to share their best practices. They're happy to give us the tips that will help us to achieve the same success that they have. And that creates such a brilliant atmosphere. That was important to me when I first joined, because it saved my life, did this business. The Forever business really did save my life. I was on the verge of bankruptcy when we first joined. I'd got a business which had done very well previously, but at that time wasn't going so well. And I'd just taken out a mortgage. That time it was a large mortgage for a house, which I could afford when I took it out, but within a very short space of time, a few months, I could no longer afford to pay it. And it's worrying. I don't know if you've ever been under those circumstances. I don't know if you've ever laid awake at night trying to think your way out of debt. It's the most horrible, horrible feeling, the crushing sensation of your world falling apart around you. And the Forever business solved that issue. Working the Forever business solved that issue. Not only that, it enabled me to keep the house, and we actually, that was in Oxford, and we moved to where I'm speaking to you from now, Dorset, lovely cottage in the country that we live in. I mean, we do live quite a modest life. It's a cottage that we have here. Our lifestyle isn't that lavish. I mean, I know we drive nice cars, and I know that, talking nice cars, I've just sold my gas guzzling Porsche, by the way, and now I am a fully fledged eco warrior at driving a 100% electric car powered by 100% renewable electricity. So that's something I'm particularly proud of at the moment. Talking of a greener life, we actually, living in the country, we don't have gas out here. So when we first moved in, it was oil-fired central heating. And we were burning about 2,000 litres of oil a year, which is a lot, which I was feeling increasingly guilt-ridden about. And 18 months ago, we went on to an air source heat pump, which again is fueled entirely by renewable energy. So I'm absolutely thrilled. Now, these technologies at the moment are not priced in a competitive way. It's still probably cheaper to have, well, definitely cheaper to have a gas boiler or an oil boiler, and cheaper to buy a diesel car than an electric car. But the sensation I get being able to live according to the way I want to live is entirely, I'm able to make those decisions entirely from my income from my forever business. And I am completely, utterly grateful to the opportunity that Forever gave me, and the time that people already successful in the business gave me, trying to bang into my thick skull the things I needed to do to make it work. And what I want to do this morning, if that's what you'd like me to do, is share a few thoughts on what makes a difference, because none of this might have happened. It could very easily have not happened, because when I was looking at Forever in the first place, people had told me, and because people had told me, I believed it, that nobody made money in network marketing, or you had to be in early to make the money in network marketing. And it's very powerful, the pressure that puts on you, the other people's opinions when you don't really know yourself. I could see that it seemed to offer the things that I wanted. I wanted freedom. I wanted the freedom not to have a job that I hated, so that I could spend my life doing the things that I wanted to do. That was it, really, simple as that. I didn't necessarily want to drive nice cars or live in a big house or any of those kind of things. I wanted to live my life. I wanted to live in the country, do a bit of traveling, see nature, see the world. And it might never have happened because I almost bought into the myths. The problem is, when I was looking at Forever, I could see that there were people who were doing incredibly well. But I could also see that there were a lot of people who came in and the revolving door syndrome, and they left. They didn't make any money. And so they were the ones that were perpetuating the idea that because they hadn't made any money, nobody makes any money. Or you had to be in early because inevitably the people that had introduced them were in before them. But that's nothing to do with the business, that's to do with them. See, I believe every single one of us that joins could be either in that revolving door or could achieve great success. There is a simple difference, and it's a bit of an attitude difference, one that any of us can develop. And what I want to do in the short time we've got together now is to share with you some insights, really, some thoughts into how I have learned to make sure I wasn't in the revolving door category and to make sure I was in the stiction category, the one that sticks with it and so achieves the kind of lifestyle that I wanted to achieve. I believe anybody can do that. But at the same time, I believe anybody, when they join, could also be in that revolving door. So what's the difference? Let's examine three people. Somebody who achieves absolutely nothing. Then there's somebody who achieves a bit, they enjoy it, they make a bit of extra money, pocket money, contributes towards bills. And then there's a third person who achieves great success, whatever success means in their terms. It doesn't necessarily mean becoming a multimillionaire for many people. I actually didn't ever imagine I'd become a millionaire. I just wanted to replace my the job income, effectively the job income. I mean, as it turns out, I have become a millionaire as a result of my Forever business. But that was way beyond my imagining when I first started. So there's the doing nothing, achieving nothing, modest success, and great success in whatever way you would define it. Because I believe if you can achieve more than modest success, you can achieve anything. So I wanted to talk about what the difference is. Well, there are two secrets to Forever. One is a kind of structural secret, and which is a secret out in the open. If you've seen any of my trainings, you'll know what this is. If you've heard anybody else speak, you'll know what it is. And it's the duplication in breadth and in depth of 4 case credits. That's it. That's the structural secret. How you achieve that in many ways is up to you. And as Beth was saying, you need to find your way of doing it, the way that brings joy to you, the way that you not only feel comfortable, because it's not just about feeling comfortable, it's about feeling happy. There's a difference between feeling comfortable and feeling happy. Because one of the things that's brought me great happiness is bringing myself to do uncomfortable things and knowing that I've got the strength of character to do that, learning that I've got the strength of character to do that. So the difference between the people who do nothing and the people who do who achieve modest returns is that they do something. They'll have a few retail customers. They might speak to a few people now and again when the mood takes them, and they'll achieve a modest return. They may even be doing 4 case credits. They may not do 4 case credits every month. They may do. Who knows? But they're not really getting the duplication because they're not focused in the right area. The difference between people who achieve modest success and great success are the people who are focused on the foundation of duplication, and that is sponsoring, recruitment. This is the difference. And not only focusing on the recruitment, but making sure that you are dedicated to recruitment. Of course, 4 case credits is important, but that's the default position. It's not an optional thing like it is for everybody else. It's you just do it because that's what you do. Because if you're going to teach people how to do 4 case credits, it needs to be something that is in your DNA. You do it as an automatic default position, and you focus your time on building the trust with people so they will listen to what you have to say when you believe you have a solution to whatever problems they have. If you're a problem solver for people, that makes you attractive to them. And it's not just problems that you can solve with a business. There are all sorts of ways. It's an attitude of mind. If you just want to help people move from an uncomfortable place in their life to a more comfortable one in whatever way you can, then that opens up great opportunities for you. So recruitment is the key. And I'm sure you knew that already. I'm sure that what I have said so far hasn't come as a great surprise. So what is the difference? What is the real secret? And I think the real secret is knowing why we don't do it. Because we know we need to do it in order to achieve what we want, but yet so many of us don't. And I was in that position. When I first started, I went to a lot of trainings. I used the products, became a product of the products. We used a lot of the products, got 1 or 2 customers, but I just couldn't bring myself to speak to anybody about the business. And I think a lot of people feel like that. I think I was afraid. And understanding what I was afraid of was key to moving forward. In fact, understanding that I was afraid, because I thought I was fearless. But there were these unconscious fears. And one of the principal ones for me I believe, was looking foolish. You know, people would say it's not going to work. And in the back of my mind, there was a voice saying, what if you put all this effort and put your neck on the line and it doesn't work? You're going to look a complete idiot. Because it wasn't just their voices that were saying this isn't going to work for you. There was a voice in the back of my head saying this isn't going to work for you. So that's a frightening thing. Other people's judgments that you are a fool, I found very difficult to deal with. And I'm sure I'm not alone in that. I'm sure that other people's good opinion is important to decent people. You know, it's easy to say other people's opinions aren't important to me in a glib way. And in some ways, they weren't important to me, but deep down, they were. That's why Beth was saying it's important to be able to get over the psychological hurdle, to recognize that other people's opinions are just that. They're opinions that don't help you to get where you are. We need to overcome that because that is something that holds us back, other people's judgments of us. There were other fears. There was the fear of failure. This is a difficult one, I think. It was difficult for me. Because it wasn't failure itself that I was afraid of. Let me try and explain. I had been almost despairing in my position, and then Forever came along. And it gave me hope. Hope that I could escape from the trap that I was in and have a brighter future. And I think the fear was, do you know, if I go for this and don't achieve it, then I'll have lost the hope. And it was almost safer for me to not try and achieve success, but still have the hope that one day I could. That was more comfortable than to go for it, not achieve it, and then not even have the hope. And I think that's an underlying, deep, unconscious psychological position that many people find themselves in. Then of course, there's the fear of success. What do I mean by that? I mean, fear of not liking yourself when you start earning money. Are you going to become one of those kind of people who won't stop at a zebra crossing when you're driving your Ferrari? Or you push past people in a queue because you feel you're more important than them? You know, I despise those kind of people. And I wondered in the back of my mind, subconsciously, if having money would make me become one of those people. Would I despise myself? Would I become the kind of person that I would despise? This was a great fear. You may laugh at these fears, but I believe I had all of these, and all of them held me back from actually making an approach to people or making an approach in a calm way. So what did I do to get rid of these fears? I didn't. Those fears were there. They were a concrete part of my subconscious mind. But I read a book called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway by Susan Jeffers. And that was a brilliant book. In fact, I didn't need to read the book. I just had to see the title to realize what the key was, that I wasn't, no matter how many trainings I went to, no matter how many people I spoke to, no matter whose top tips I sought out, I was still going to feel those fears, and I couldn't let them get in the way of me changing my life. So I took the advice that the title of the book says. I recognized that I wasn't going to overcome the fears. I just had to do it despite my fears. And I've since learned that that actually is the definition of courage. And that is the test of character. It's not about the elimination of fear. It's about the overcoming of fear stopping it impacting on your performance. So I learned how to disguise the fear, I suppose. I think this is what people mean when they say, fake it till you make it. I don't think they mean lie about the money that you're making or any of that, because that really is a bad idea. What I think they mean is don't show your lack of confidence in your face. Don't let it come out in your voice. Practice smiling, practice speaking slowly, practice speaking quietly as your skill set when you're approaching people. Practice engaging with people. Kyle's slot was absolutely brilliant, I thought. And given all those tips on how to engage with people using social media and how to convey the joy in life. You know, imagine if Kyle, and my guess is at some stage Kyle did think this, that, oh, my friends are going to think I'm look stupid shaking the box. If that fear had held him back from posting those posts, then would he be where he is today? Evidently, the answer is no. It's overcoming those fears. And what you learn through doing it anyway is that actually there's nothing to fear because those things are irrelevant. The people who were saying it didn't work changed their tune when they saw it working. My fear of failure was based on nothing because when I started to do something, I achieved success. And so it not only maintained my hope built, and I expanded my vision of what was possible. I mean, what was possible, suddenly the world opened up to me. I've just actually noticed that on the wall behind me, that side, you might not be able to see it, but there's a yacht, a photo of a yacht. That's actually taken in the Caribbean. It's Vivian and myself on the back of that waving. You won't be able to see that, it's too small. But that's we bought a yacht that we kept in the Caribbean because of our forever business. There's actually the top of a photo on that side looking out over a basket, which is just a picture of a beach with palm trees on it, with nobody on it. And that's in the Caribbean as well. And you know, we were able to do those kind of things. If I move that way, you can be able to see a sculpture there, actually, just over my shoulder. It's a wave. It's a glass, made of glass, and it's a breaking wave. And that's made by an artist who lives in Hawaii. And we happened upon his studio when we were in Hawaii. Now, none of these things would have happened had I not felt my fear and overcome it anyway, and then allowed that new sense of possibility to help me expand my vision. None of this would have been possible without the opportunity that Forever gave me and gives you and gives everybody. The third fear, the fear of becoming a prat. What I learned was that people who were already a bit of a prat, when they come into money, become bigger ones. And the people who aren't, the people who have got decent values, decent morals, just have a slightly bigger stage to explore those values, to live those values. So money doesn't change anybody. It just brings out some of the characteristics that we hid before. So none of my fears were well-founded, but I only discovered this through taking action. And through taking action, I achieved the success. The best advice I can give you is not try and eliminate those fears, whatever your fears are. It's to recognize that as human beings, having fear is natural, but we also need to push through that and do it anyway and move forward. It might be that you think you don't know what to do. Well, there is so much training about the right words to use, the right posts to use. We hear this all the time. It's not through lack of training material that's holding you back. It's through the lack of implementation of those ideas that are being shared with us that holds us back. So what I'd like to say really to you now in closing is you can change your life. The forever opportunity can change anybody's life, anybody who is prepared to learn a few simple things, but to embrace the right attitude. And the right attitude is to take action despite our fears. The day to do it is today. Doesn't matter what's happened before, we can't control that. We can't control what happens tomorrow until tomorrow. What we can control is what happens today. October, I think, is the most important month in the year, October and November, for recruitment. It's important to get on that now, because the recruitment you do now in October and November, you can focus on the duplication of those people that have come in to join you and grow your recruitment through 2021. And by the end of 2021, your business will have changed beyond all recognition. And because of that, your income from your business will have changed beyond all recognition. And because of that, your life will be beginning to change beyond all recognition. I cannot emphasize enough how bright your future can be if you embrace the opportunity. The fact that there is an opportunity isn't enough. You have to embrace it. Because if you don't embrace it, in my experience, you'll regret it. But also in my experience, the people who don't embrace it, in order to make themselves feel better, don't accept responsibility for it. They blame something else. And if they are part of the revolving door syndrome, then it's not because of what they didn't do, it's because of what their upline didn't do, or it's because of what Forever didn't do, or 1,000,001 things that somebody else didn't do. It's never down to that. You know, when something goes out of stock, it goes out of stock for the successful people as well. And it doesn't stop them being successful. When something doesn't go the way we want it to, it goes that way for the successful people and the unsuccessful people. When your upline is not as immediately helpful as you wanted them to be, that happens for the successful people as much as it does for the unsuccessful people. One of the differences in that case is for the successful people, they're glad that they're out of the way. Let me get on with it my way. Whereas people who are about to go around the revolving door, they tend to blame that, fixate on that, and blame that they didn't get the support. Kim Madsen, I saw him give some brilliant advice once, Diamond Manager Kim Madsen from Denmark, global business, lives in Dubai now, but he's Danish. And he said, somebody came up to me recently and said, oh, my upline's not supporting me, my upline this, my upline that. And he said to them, you do not need an upline, you need a downline. And as well as being funny, I thought that was the best advice anybody could give, because that's what we do need to make a success of our network marketing business, our Forever business. We need a downline. We need a successful downline. And that starts by recruiting them and helping them to achieve the kind of success and lifestyle that they're looking for. I hope you find that helpful. I've enjoyed spending my time with you. I'm going to hand back to Steph now, who's going to close the morning. There you go, Steph.
Thank you, Andy. Oh, wow. Another brilliantly powerful and thought-provoking slot. I don't know about you guys, but I am buzzing. Thank you, Andy. I always love hearing from you. And even having worked together for the last 7.5 years, I always learn and take something incredible away from Andy's training. And you know, that's amazing. I'm not, again, he's summarized so well. I'm not going to go over every single point, and I am also aware that we are just 10 minutes over. I hope you don't mind. Thank you for bearing with us. So we're just going to finish closing now, but I just wanted to say, you know, what Andy's message conveyed, the difference between building modest success in whichever way you choose, and that's absolutely fine, of course, and great success in this business is recruiting and building a team and feeling the fear and do it anyway. And can I just tell you, I've definitely felt the fear and done it anyway today, because whilst I'm used to doing lots of trainings and presenting, etc., this is the first time I've fully run, from a technical point of view, an online masterclass where there's been all sorts of technical bits and bobs going on in the background. And I have even more respect than I ever had before for our incredible events team that normally run these for the company. You know, we do have to do that sometimes, or a lot of the time we have to get through our fears and push on forward to make sure that we're building our businesses in the right way. So thanks again, Andy. And just to summarize from today, I just want to say thank you to all of you for attending, and for so many of you for staying with us for the whole morning. So thank you to the London area and everyone that's in it, and thank you for sharing this with all of your teams. Of course, I want to thank all of our incredible speakers once more. So thank you so much to Susie Mack, to Stacey McIntosh, Kyle Burrows, Claire Cotton, Beth Turner and Andy Waring. You've all been incredible. You've given everyone a wonderful experience today. Just before I give out the very last prize, just to remind you that the company are running their online success roadshow next Saturday morning, which again will have lots and lots of value in it. So please register for that if you want to join that. Share that with your team, share it in your pages. And just to say as well that we will have more stuff coming your way in the London area, including some goal setting training, some incentives trainings, as I've thought about today, and our next supervisor training, which will be somewhere around the last few days of October, first couple of days of November. So watch out for that. So final prize of the day. And as I say, nearly everybody stayed on for the whole training. So I'm really pleased. But the person that's going to win a full box of biocellulose mask and the amazing hydrating serum is, where did I put her name? Helen Hodges. So Helen, congratulations. I will make sure that head office get these out to you today. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Thank you so much for your participation. As I say, I'm so grateful that everyone stayed so engaged with the London area, and we'll speak to you all soon. Take care. Goodbye.